pass. Rolling to his right. They throw it. The in route to Tanner Steck. Makes the catch. Steck dives for the pylon. Touchdown!
Up by the Nuggets and an attack. And a steer.
Lamar looks for a block. Makes a man miss at the 5. End zone touchdown. Swirls. Sets up middle. Jensen for the exclamation point kill.
30, the 20, the 15, the 10, and an 85-yard touchdown run for Landon Olsen.
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Friday evening. The Fargo South Bruins host the Valley City Highlanders in the regular season finale here tonight for North Dakota Class AA football on senior evening. It is a perfect and gorgeous Friday night here from Fargo South High School. I'm Chase Miller alongside our on-site producer. He is Joey Hughes. Fargo South is coming in off back-to-back wins against Bismarck, St. Mary's, and Wahpeton. A win for the Bruins would more than likely clinch a top 4 seed heading to the postseason and secure a quarterfinal round home game, while a loss for Fargo South. Then the top 4 seed line could potentially be in jeopardy here this evening for the Bruins. Valley City, they have lost 3 straight, including a 22-0 defeat at the hands of Grand Forks Central last weekend. The Highlanders hold the final playoff spot with the number 8 seed in the latest QRF rankings earlier this week. A win surely clinches a playoff spot, while a loss would put the Highlanders' postseason aspirations completely in the hands of the QRF formula. When we come back on our pregame show, we'll take a look at the playoff bracket in North Dakota across North Dakota 9-man and Class A. That begins tomorrow. Also, we'll sit down with both head coaches here this evening with Tyler Kozel and alongside Travis Ingen. And out-of-town scoreboard to make note, the latest score at the half at Cushman Field and Red River, Dickinson 7 and Red River 7. Wahpeton also in action up in Belcourt going up against Turtle Mountain. That game kicked off at 5 o'clock. But when we come back, it'll be our coaches' conversation. Joining us first, it's Travis Ingen of the Valley City Highlanders. It's Valley City and the Fargo South Bruins tonight to close out the AA football regular season in North Dakota here on yourliveevent.com.
That's Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
I'm Mandy Latour. I'm confident in the game, and when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
I'm Darian Bitts. I'm confident on and off the field. And when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
As we continue to kick off here from Fargo South between the Highlanders of Valley City and the Bruins of Fargo South in the regular season finale. Join us here as Valley City head coach, that's Travis Singen. And Travis, before we talk about that slobber knocker of a football game almost a year ago to the date last season in Valley City, where 10 combined points were scored between yourself and the Bruins, let's just talk about where you're at in the season so far, entering the final week. 4 wins, 4 losses. When I take a look at the QRF, and maybe even if we didn't have the QRF though, Travis, would it still feel like a playoff game, so to speak, here tonight going up against a really good Bruin football club?
Oh, without a doubt it is. We got to treat it every game like a playoff game. We really do. But yeah, this week is we got to win. We got to win to get in, and playing Fargo South, like you said, they're really good. They're sound across OD, special teams. And so we got to, play well. Yeah, you mentioned our record. I think we overwhelmed 4 teams and underwhelmed 4 teams is really how we looked at it. Those losses that we got, they were tough because there's a lot of woulda, shoulda, couldas in there and what could have been done. And it wasn't just, one bad play. We probably had a few bad plays in there that just changes the outcome of the game, of course. And so what I've stressed this week to our players is we can play with any team. There's no doubt about it. But we can't shoot ourselves in the foot. And that's what's hurt us a few times. Some bad snaps, missed assignments, wrong reads, wrong calls by myself or the coaching staff. It just really multiplies when you start playing a team like South. You make one little mistake and the next thing you know, you're down 10-0. So
when you look at Fargo South here, Travis, from that game last year to what they are this year, a lot of changes. Does it kind of feel similar in terms of the style or players that you're going to see? What could you take from last year's game going into this game here this evening?
Yeah, the style is going to be the same, but they got some veterans, of course, and some senior leadership over there. And like I said, I'm not picking on them. They are sound, but do they have one guy that stands out? No, they got 11, and that's what makes them scary. It really does. We're trying to find ways that we can, put ourselves in an advantage. And so it was a long weekend for us, really trying to break down film and implement and go, where can we find some, maybe some chinks in the armor, so to speak, with Fargo South. And it's tough. It really is. They're coached up really well. Matter of fact, I coached their head coach at Valley City State. So, and he does a really nice job with his whole staff. And so does it feel like last year? Yeah. We had a good run last year. And when we went and played South, when it was at our place, it was a 7-3 game, and like you said, we were just slugfest out there in a positive way, and they, unfortunately for us, came out on top. They broke one. It was an outside toss or sweep, and they took it to the house, and that was the end of their scoring. And when we got down inside the 20, we had to settle for a field goal. Otherwise, that game still could be playing today, maybe. And then that hurt us, right? We all of a sudden we're a 1 or a 2 seed and drops us to 4. And last year, the way that seeding went, we ended up playing North the first round, and unfortunately, that's how it works, But you don't get that first round game where we're home, we get a little breather, so to speak. No, we went from the fryer to the boiling pan, or whatever you want to call it, south to north. And unfortunately, we got to do something well this week too, just to get in. And the way it's working out, that QRF, it may be the same scenario, except we're away on both those games. So
when we take a look at this matchup here, Travis, and we can speculate about postseason as much as possible as anybody else, but with being the final game of the regular season, I always like to highlight some of the team's players, whether it's been guys who have earned the press clippings, those who've kind of maybe done the dirty work and don't get that headlines, so to speak, in the paper on a week in, week out basis. Travis, who is a player or two that comes to mind that kind of just represents Highlander football? I know before we started talking, you said Ethan Miller, just with his journey back, Will Schwer in terms of what his ability is as a senior, a Carter Borg, another senior here. So those might be 3 guys, but if you want to talk about them, Travis, or go somewhere else, by all means, for a football term, I'll put it on the tee and let you kick this one off.
Well, those 3 guys you named, anybody in the state's taking them. There's no doubt about it. They're that good, right? And you would want them on your team. They're great on and off the field. I can't say enough about those 3 men. I really can't. And so, yeah, they're great. Some of the other guys that don't get the press clippings, you look at a kid by the name of Scott Rohde. You know, he started for us as a sophomore on the defensive line, and he's playing defense line. He gets down and dirty. He gets double teamed on every play, but he comes to practice every day, works hard. He's a guy that I know college coaches have already asked me about him, you know, so his name doesn't get called a lot, but it's why Will makes a lot of tackles too. Scott does his job, and it allows Will to go make the tackle. And we talk about that. The D line, I always tell them they're the Marines. They're the first ones in the battle, and they're going to blaze a path for others to follow. And the Army's right behind them, the linebackers, and then we got our, Air Force, our flyboys behind us, and so they do a really good job. The other guy that doesn't get a lot of credit, but does a lot for us on defense by terms of calling, our coverages and stuff is Colton Griebel. He's a tremendous wrestler. That name with wrestlers, the Griebel name is synonymous with wrestling. So, and Colton he understands football. He's got a high football IQ. He can say things, make sense, talking to coaches when they come off. Sometimes you get players coming off and go, Coach, I got triple team. Well, no, you didn't, but it might have felt like it. And Colton come out and say, hey, they were in twins here on this, and the fullback came out like this. And so he does a really good job. But his, you're not going to notice him a whole lot in the stat book, but he gets our guys positioned into play and stuff like that. Some of our young guys have stepped up. Caleb McLaughlin, we're dealing with a lot of injuries, along with every other team, don't get me wrong. And Caleb's a sophomore, and he was not playing right away, and he's come to practice, come to film sessions, done everything that a coach ever asks him. And like I tell the guys, show up on film and force me to play you. And so he's done that, and he's been seeing playing time. He'll get a starting nod this week. And same with Hunter Undum, true freshman. The guy weighs 150 pounds soaking wet, and I got him lining up against 250 to 300 pound guys, and he causes issues. And caused issues to us? Well, if he's causing us issues, he's probably going to cause some other guys issues. So he sees playing time, quite a bit of it. So those are guys that, it was what makes our team a little bit better.
Final thing for you, Travis, before we let you go, ultimately at the end of the day, what's one thing that the Highlanders must do well against South to come out, with the victory here? And like you said, a victory will go a long way in trying to solidify yourself for a postseason appearance.
We have to be aggressive on every single play. And I've been saying that now for, I don't know how many weeks. Kids are probably tired of me saying it, but we're aggressive on 2 out of 3 plays, or 3 out of 4, or 2 out of 3 drives, or whatever it is. And we have to be aggressive on every play. And that's ultimately, if we're the more aggressive team, we're going to have a chance to win the game. That's been our biggest downfall, is we just don't finish games. And part of that is not being aggressive at all times. And part of that is, I got to play guys both ways, and 4 quarters of both ways, playing South and Central and Jamestown and Horace and Dickinson and everybody that we played. It isn't easy. It's not. And I get demanding on the players, but if we can stay aggressive for 4 quarters, not take a play or 2 off, we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. But it's going to be a battle. And I've told them it's going to be 4 quarters. And if it's not 4 quarters, that's the shock. South isn't going to give up. They're fighting for where they want to get seeded too. It isn't just like, well, okay, we're this seeded, so it doesn't matter if we win or lose. So they're coming out after us. And so it's going to be another hard-fought game on Friday night.
Travis, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck here against Fargo South, and best to you as well within the school year here at Valley City.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Travis Singen, head football coach of the Valley City Highlanders, will continue on our pregame show after this.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends, and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
Every farmer has a good story about picking rocks. Want to hear ours? To this day, we pick rocks on our founder's farm, and they go into every Bell Bank branch we build. How's that for rock-solid commitment?
Every bank wants you to open an account. Then along come sneaky fees. Sneaky, sneaky. If you hate sneaky fees, switch to Bell Bank. We give sneaky fees the boot. Bell Bank.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Keep your job site stocked with reliable service from Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Our team specializes in everything concrete. That means hand tools and equipment, rebar of all shapes and sizes, concrete forming packages and ICFs, decorative concrete materials like color, stain, sealers, and coatings. And let's not forget our impressive fleet of winter construction equipment to keep the concrete flowing all year round. If you've got concrete questions, we've got concrete answers at Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Visit us today at any of our 6 locations.
Joining us now on our pregame show is Tyler Kozel, head football coach of the Fargo South Bruins, ahead of their opening kickoff with the Valley City Highlanders to close out the regular season here tonight from Fargo South. And Tyler, before we talk about the last couple of wins that you had against St. Mary's and Wahpeton and the final regular season finale here, it is senior night. And I remember talking with you earlier in the season ahead of that Fargo North matchup. Both teams were senior laden, and you kind of said this was a class that you circled. I remember a couple of years ago saying there was some athletes in this class. There would be some talent in this class. And we saw it last year displayed as juniors. We're seeing it this year as seniors. So I'll just kind of leave it open to you. What is the senior class meant to Fargo South football here this year?
It's been big. Ever since these kids came in as sophomores, we had kind of a smaller senior class where they had to play a lot of football early, and they've just continued to grow and learn. It's been great to see their development over the last couple of years. Terrific kids. We're honoring 23 seniors tonight, which is tremendous, and they've meant a lot to me. They've meant a lot to the program. It's going to be tough seeing them go, but we hopefully got a few more weeks left with them that we can go play some good football.
And you mentioned a few more weeks. The nice thing is, you know, you're going to be heading into the playoffs, but you're not sure where you're going to be at seed line wise. So how big would a win be here tonight to know at least bare minimum, more than likely, that you would get one more home football game, to start that postseason run here, Tyler?
That's huge. I mean, we've played some very good football teams this year, and we've preached every week, we got to control what we can control. So at the end of the day, Keyword formula is what it is, and we know we need to win football games and play our best ball, and we know that we wanted to get to the playoffs, and that's when it's a brand new season at that point. So just need to get in, get some bodies healthy, play our best football, control what we can, and that's the biggest thing that we're focused on our end.
And at the end of the day, too, you're going up against the Highlander club, who you finished off the regular season with last year, a 7-3, just pad-popping defensive style of game. Expect something similar, or expect something a little bit different tonight with the Coach Ingen club in terms of what both the rosters look like and the makeup of the teams this season here, Tyler?
Yeah, knowing Coach Ingen and playing for him a couple of years at Valley City State, I know they're going to be very well coached, especially on the defensive side of the ball. They're going to be flying around, and they got a lot of talent still there. I know they've dinged up with a few injuries too, but it's at that point of the year. Every game's a playoff game, and we're gonna get their best this evening. So it's probably going to be a very physical game, similar to last year. They still have that in their DNA, and we do too. So it should be a fun night, and it's playoff week 1 essentially is what we're playing right now.
The last couple of weeks, what have you liked from your club here, Tyler? I know you kind of went through a gauntlet there with North. You had Shanley, you had Davies, kind of all in the mix of that middle part of the season, all ranked programs in their respective classes here as well. But what have you seen from your team against the Saints and the Huskies the last couple of weeks that you like going into this matchup?
Yeah, we played some very good football teams, and with that comes physical games, and we got dinged up a little bit. We're starting to get some guys back, which helps, but also that goes along with that point. We've developed some depth. So some younger guys have stepped up and played, and some even older guys that are getting bigger roles and they're answering the bell. They're playing good football. So it's just making us stronger as a unit, as a team. So going to the playoffs, that we know we can roll with more guys. And it's just been seeing a lot of good things. Our kids play extremely hard. We know that, and they're going to go out and be physical. And I know with senior night, there's some added things to that where they want to go out with a win.
You mentioned senior night. We chatted a little bit about it before, but best trait or best characteristic of this senior class, Tyler, what kind of comes to mind when you think of this senior class of the 2023 Bruins?
That's a very good question. I know since day one, their love for the game of football and what they put in it together is tremendous to see. We have summer workouts, and this class they don't miss. I mean, they're around. They put the work in the weight room. They put the work in at home. You look at how much film they're watching and in meetings asking great questions. So it's a group of kids that love the game of football, and they love Fargo South, and they want to play for it and represent it the right way.
Final thing for you, Tyler, before we let you go. Ultimately, at the end of the day, is it a Semenko? Is it a Welk? Where kind of who's an X factor when you take a look at the matchups? When you take a look at what's on the field, is it the line play? Where does Fargo South, do you think, have to attack here this evening on the football field?
Yeah, that's a thing. Last week we played a very muddy game, so it was all a rushing attack. We were pretty one-dimensional. We only threw the ball 6 times. We'd like to be a little bit more balanced tonight. We know we got good weapons at receivers, and Brevin's been throwing the ball well all season long. But we're going to be pretty much mixed. Again, we got to worry about what we can control, and got to limit turnovers, limit penalties, just the mistakes, and you just got to go execute at a high level. So again, Valley City is a very good football team, and they've won a lot of games in the last couple of years that so they know how to win. So we got to go take care of ourselves, go perform at a high level, and we're going to lean hard on the senior class to go get it done.
Tyler, as always, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck here tonight against the Valley City Highlanders.
Thanks, Chase. Appreciate you.
Tyler Kozel, head football coach of the Fargo South Bruins, will continue on our pregame show after this.
RDK Enterprises is searching for candidates to fill multiple positions. These customer-facing positions require a high level of organization, workflow management skills, the ability to work with and lead others, problem-solving skills, and the drive to deliver an outstanding customer experience. Available positions include shop foreman and service technician. Compensation package based on experience. If interested in joining our team, upload your resume at planterdoc.com.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
High school football tonight here on YourLiveEvent.com. Chase Miller, Joey Hughes with you from Fargo South as we're inching closer to kickoff. It'll just be after the 7 o'clock hour here. Valley City, 4 wins, 4 losses on the season. They're averaging 19 points per contest, while defensively they're giving up 16 points per game. We heard from Travis Singen earlier in our coaches' conversation. The one thing that he harped, they need to be aggressive on every play here and treat this like a postseason game. If the season ended today, Valley City would be the 8 seed entering the playoffs and have to go up against number 1 overall seed and unbeaten Fargo North, a matchup of last year's quarterfinal round matchup that had both the Spartans and the Highlanders at that point a season ago at the 4-5 game. Wins so far this season for the Highlanders. They open up the year with 3 consecutive wins going up against Turtle Mountain, Watford City, and Devil's Lake. They've scored at least 30 points in every game when they shut out 2 of their opponents. Then they fall short to Dickinson 18-6. That midget team's been pretty stingy throughout the season here. West Fargo Horace, a 1-point victory, which that one is looming large right now because the Horace Hawks are playing really good football here to close out the season. Then a 2-point loss at Valley City, followed by a loss against Jamestown by 19 and a loss here last week 22-0 against the Grand Forks Central Knights. So that's a look at the Valley City Highlanders. Last year 7-3 on the season, losing by 2 points in the state quarterfinals to the Fargo North Spartans. For the Fargo South Bruins, 5 wins and 3 losses here on the year. The latest Class AA football poll, Fargo South number 2 in the state according to the media. Head coach by Tyler Kolzel, averaging 34 points per contest while defensively giving up 21 points per game here for Fargo South. The Bruins started the season 2-0 with wins against Williston and Grand Forks Central, outscoring their opposition in those 2 games 70-6. Then they lost against number 1 Shanley in Class 3A here at Fargo South by 21. Blew the doors off Devil's Lake 70-6. Lost at Fargo North by 1 point on homecoming night for the Spartans, and lost against Fargo Davies the night after, but picked up a couple of wins here as of late with wins over Bismarck, St. Mary's, and Wahpeton. And the Fargo South Bruins 5-3 here on this season. Tyler Kozel, just like Coach Travis Ingen said, for them, they have to treat this like this is week 1 of the playoffs, where you win, you advance, and more importantly for Fargo South, a win here tonight could go a very long way in terms of being not just a number 4 seed in the QRF rankings, but maybe 3, potentially even 2, depending on that matchup tonight with Dickinson and Grand Forks Red River at Cushman Field. After 3 quarters of play, Dickinson 7 and Grand Forks Red River 7 as well. So this has a lot of different playoff implications for both teams, where a win here for Fargo South would for surely clinch a top 4, maybe 3, if not even a 2 seed, while a win here for Valley City would no doubt about it clinch at least a spot moving forward here. That does it for our pregame show. When we come back after this, we'll get ready for the starting lineups and the opening kick here tonight between the Fargo South Bruins, 5-3 on the season, going up against the Valley City Highlanders, who are 4-4. Both teams eyeing themselves a chance for the postseason coming up here a week from tonight, and this is the final regular season game finale here in North Dakota Class AA football as well. It's the Valley City Highlanders and the Fargo South Bruins. That does it for a pregame show. We're back after this with kickoff here from Fargo South on yourliveevent.com.
For 20 years, 702 Communications has been connecting people and businesses to the world through internet, telephone, and TV. And as your needs have changed, so has 702. Our dedication to our community and customers runs deep. So when you call, we listen. And you can trust that we'll never stop working to bring the latest technology to our friends and neighbors. Thank you for 20 years in business. The best is yet to come.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota. If you want help from a firm that has integrity and respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the betterment of the community, look no farther than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys has dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsborough, Maddox, Page, and Castleton. Or visit our website, www.onsteadlaw.com.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms, saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
I'm Mandy Latourneau. I'm confident in the game, and when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
I'm Darian Bitts. I'm confident on and off the field. And when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
As the colors have been retired and we get ready for the starting lineups here. The opening coin toss was won by Fargo South. They elected to defer. Our umpiring crew here this evening wearing the white hat, the referee, he is Jeremy Carney. Our umpire is Adam Jones. Head linesman Ryan Gellner. Travis Martin, the line judge, and the back judge of Lucas Sandman. For the Valley City Highlanders, they're going to be out in their white uniforms here with the navy blue helmets and alongside those Columbia blue numerals as well here this evening. While for the Fargo South Bruins, they're going to be in their brown uniforms, white numerals outlined in that brewing gold. It is Fargo South and Valley City here tonight on your live event.com as we get everything ready to go and underway for 12-minute quarters. And this could be potentially, from a Valley City point of view, maybe their last regular season game. While for the Fargo South Bruins, they know they're more than likely are in the playoffs with that QRF rankings. It's just a matter of how high can they go up in the standings with the win, while on the opposite side, how low could they go with the loss? All things considered, last season, almost a year ago tonight from this evening, Fargo South defeated Valley City 7-3, and the Highlanders went from the number 1 overall seed in QRF to the number 4 seed. As we take a look at the Valley City Highlanders, they will go like this here on the offensive line. Trey McPartland, the sophomore at 6'4", 225 pounds. William Schwer here, a senior at 5'11", at 200 pounds. And Coach Travis Singen says Will always looks for contact. Christian Butler, the 6'4", senior at 285, will be under center here this evening. And Brant Mueller, the 6'2" junior, will be the right guard at 225 pounds. Peyton Olson at right tackle, a senior 6'5" at 250. And tight end here tonight for the Highlanders, he is Jack Dieterle, the sophomore, at 6'5", 220 pounds. Wide receiver of a senior, Ethan Miller at 165 pounds. Derek Shape with 127 yards on the outside, also at a wide receiver. Sophomore, Caleb McLaughlin, the sophomore at 6 foot, 185 pounds, the tailback, alongside with Carter Borg, who's a tailback as well. Borg with 433 yards and 6 touchdowns. And Bryson Heck is the quarterback here for the Valley City Highlanders with 10 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, and 839 yards passing here this evening for the Valley City Highlanders. Again, Valley City averaging 19 points per contest, while defensively giving up 16 points per game. Head coach by Travis Ingen, his first year as the head coach, second in the program. We go from the Valley City Highlanders to the Fargo South Bruins, as Fargo South on the defensive line will roll like this. On the defensive end spot, Trey Hoffert, the senior, at 6'4", 205 pounds. Graywin, the senior defensive end, Marto as well on the DN spot. Andrew Weber, the 6'1" senior at 250, and Brody Anderson, the interior lineman. On the defensive side, Anderson, a 6'1", 285. Linebackers, you have of Alex Cassette here with 2 tackle, 4 losses so far on the season. Dorian Sandus, the 6'1", 215-pound inside linebacker, and Dylan Elanzondo, the linebacker as well. Corners of Avery Wolf, the 6'1" senior. Dwayne Mitchell on the corner spot. Free safety of Aiden Hertz, and Demarian Semenko here at strong safety for Fargo South. The Bruins, they're averaging on the season 34 points per game, while defensively giving up 21 points per contest. Kickoff is next. That does it for our starting lineups. When we come back, it's the opening kick as Fargo South again won the coin toss, elected to defer. Highlanders slated to have the ball first here from Fargo South on your liveevent.com.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com.
Back here on YourLiveEvent.com, getting ready for kickoff between second-ranked Fargo South and the Valley City Highlanders here on this Friday evening. The final regular season game in North Dakota, Class A, 9-man, AA, or A as well. Class A high school football playoffs tomorrow here on YourLiveEvent.com. Central Cass goes up against the Tornadoes of Cavalier. That'll be at 2 o'clock. Harvey-Wells County goes up against Kindred. That'll be at 1:30. We'll have both of those games here on YourLiveEvent.com. 9-man audio-only broadcast from Gwinner, Nelson County against Sargent County. But here we get the ball on the tee. Opening kick at 7:05 on a Friday night. And welcome to high school football here as Fargo South will put this one on the tee with Keaton Dockin at the 40-yard line. There's the right end-over-end kick that'll go at the 1-yard line here. The Highlanders fumble it up to the 6, and that'll be off Valley City's return man there in Derek Shape, and the Highlanders will start with the football at their 7-yard line. They got a fortuitous bounce there, as that was almost a coffin corner at the end of the day, so fortunate for the Highlanders. Could be, again, a touchback, but instead Valley City will start with the football here, their first possession at their own 7-yard line. Chase Miller, Joey Hughes with you here for high school football. For more action throughout the season, again, go to YourLiveEvent.com. The sun has made its way underneath the trees across the way, so it's a perfect evening again for high school football. Valley City will come out as they will with Bryson Heck, the 6'3 junior under center. A little split off I formation here for the Highlanders. Carter Borg, they'll stretch it out to the outside here. This will be to Miller. That'll be to about the 8-yard line here for Valley City. So 1 yard on the gain as they're able to muster about a yard on the play. And for the Highlanders here, will bring up 2nd down and 9 upcoming. For the Fargo South Bruins, a 4-3-4 style of defense. They are going to try to be stingy up front when they can here for Fargo South. Valley City again will have Miller in the backfield. As going under center is going to be Heck. One wide receiver split out either side. This will be a little fullback trap play. Able to come in on the tackle looks to be Dillon here as the Highlanders make their way past the 10-yard line. Good-looking trap there by McLaughlin as he's able to make his way to about the 13-yard line. Brings up a gain of 6 yards. So 3rd down here for Valley City. Seen a couple of runs. Where will they go this time as Shape goes to the outside? Highlanders again will come back in the backfield. McLaughlin will be at that fullback spot. As Valley City will go back under center. Handoff, this one going right between the teeth of the Bruin defense. Able to get to the 15-yard line. Not going to get enough for a first. About a yard or two there for Miller, and that is it. Linebackers here of Fargo South flying around early. It's going to be 4th down and 2. Miller, 2 carries now for 2 yards. Highlanders will have to come on and punt this football away potentially here as the Fargo South has 1 man back. Bryson Heck takes a couple of extra steps back to now the 10-yard line. 2 minutes come off the clock here on this opening quarter. Heck's going to roll out. Little rugby style of punt that'll go high into the air. Take a Highlander bounce at the 47 to about midfield. A 35-yard punt. And Fargo South will take over at their own 50-yard line. Fargo South with good starting field position here after forcing a 3-and-out as they will handle it now at the 9:53 mark. For the Fargo South Bruins, their center is Xander Moody. Jacob Artek, the left guard. Great win at right guard. Tackles of Weber and Anderson. We'll get to the rest of the starters here after this play. Brevin Wark, the shotgun formation here. Valley City formed down lineman. Little hesitation handoff as this is going to be going to Semenko to the 45-yard line. Semenko is able to get 5 yards on the little stretch play here for Fargo South. Semenko and Sandness in the backfield with wide receivers of Dwayne Mitchell and Jaden Middleton in the starting lineup, and Trey Hoffert here for Fargo South is your tight end. Valley City running a 4-3-4 style of defense. Shotgun formation here for Brevin. Twins to the right-hand side of the field. Brevin steps up, has some time, looks for a deep post pattern that'll be incomplete over the outstretched arm of Dwayne Mitchell. Shape was in on the coverage. And also in the secondary here for Valley City, Ethan Miller. You have Colton Griebel and Caleb McGoughlin. Linebackers of Will Schreier, 44 tackles on the season. Corbin Powell, a sophomore linebacker. Kanan Amon here does have an interception. Defensive lineman of Carter Borg, Scott Rohde, Dylan Hunt, and Hunter Undum here on the line. 3rd down and 5 for the Bruins. Their first 3rd down here of the night. Shotgun. Warwick steps up, goes to the outside here. Completion. And Fargo South with a nice little hesitation play here for the Bruins. Gets the first down and some. Nice looking play on the outside there by Aiden Hertz as he makes his way to the 37-yard line. 8 yards on the pitch and catch. First down, Fargo South. Hertz will get his first completion of the night. Shotgun formation here. As now you got Trips stepping up, looking, firing, throwing. This one will be incomplete at the 5-yard line here for Fargo South. Brevin Wark so far 1 of 3 in the contest. As it'll make it now a 2nd and 10 upcoming here for the Bruins. Fargo South taking a look back at some of their history. Last year, 7-4, losing to North in the semifinals, where they split with North in the regular season, but eventually lost in the postseason. 2nd down and 10 for the Bruins, needing that Highliner 27 handoff. There's a little bit of a crease, bouncing to the outside. Here goes Sadness. Sadness to the 20, at the numbers 10. Sadness could go. He's in. Touchdown, Fargo South. This goes 37 yards on the run for the senior on senior night to Dorian Sadness for a house call. 37 yards for the score here and a touchdown on the way for Fargo South. I'll go 50 yards. And for the Bruins, they take just 1 minute and 14 seconds off the clock here for the touchdown. Point after attempt upcoming for Keaton Dockin. Right-footed kick, spot is up, and the kick is good. New score, 8:43, 1 possession each. Fargo South leads it after the Sandus 37-yard run here on your live event.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
As for the Fargo South Bruins, they'll put this ball on the tee here with Keaton Donkin after a new score. Here's the right-footed end-over-end kick. This will go into the end zone for the touchback. and Valley City will have their second possession. It's a final from Cushman Field. Red River defeats Dickinson 14-7. Rough Riders with the win. Dickinson was number 2 in the QRF. Red River number 4. Fargo South sandwiched in between at number 3. And the Bruins game against, they did not play Red River here this season again in that unbalanced schedule. So I'll be curious to see what the QRF rankings, especially with this particular matchup here tonight between the Highliners and the Bruins. Second possession of the game for Valley City as they will come out here. Motion man McGoughlin goes in the backfield, going from right to left. Miller again in that single back spot. Handoff. This one will go to the outside and stretching play to about the 26-yard line here for Valley City. That'll be Caden Amon. Amon on the run as he's able to make his way to the 27-yard line. So Amon with 7 yards from our spot with a little bit of the reflection with the side numbers here for Valley City. That 2 and 7 look pretty close to one another as the Highliners again will come out with Amon in the backfield as they will swing it. 2 wide receivers, both to the left and right. McGoughlin motion man left to right across the formation here. Fargo South showing pressure. They will bring 5. Handoff. Amon bounces it out. Has the crease. First down. Hops his way and then gets decked at the 34-yard line. But not before. It's a gain of 7. Good-looking play coming in from the secondary here from Fargo South. Able to come in and make that tackle for the Bruins. Look to be Anderson. And so far, 7 yards on the rush here. A couple of carries for 14 yards. And all of a sudden, the Highlanders get their first down of the contest as they will come out in this single back formation yet again. Amon dots it with 1 wide receiver on either side. The Bruins, nearly everyone at the line of scrimmage. Amon makes his way through and gets a couple more yards on the way. Dillon comes in on the tackle. Elizondo, but not before. Again, you're seeing this nice running play opportunity here for Valley City for the 5'8 junior at 165 pounds, making his way for 8 yards. 3 carries now for 22 yards, and the Highliners, well, Fargo South brings everybody about 5 to 7 yards in the box. You miss just 1 tackle, and someone like Canyon possibly could be running for a while. Miller now in the backfield here for Valley City. Heck goes back under center as the Highliners will handle the football. Handoff going to the outside, and the Bruins get a tackle for a loss. Coming to the outside here for Fargo South, Alex Cassette able to set the boundary here, and that'll be all the way back to the 40-yard line. Loss of 3 yards, 3rd down and 5 here for Valley City. Highliners opening drive, 3 and out. Fargo South didn't take them long, 1:14 seconds, but a 37-yard rushing touchdown helps when you get that by Sandness. Saw some good running for the Bruins on their first possession. Valley City answering with some pretty good runs here on a 3rd down and 5 upcoming with Bryson Heck. McGoughlin rolling out, left-hand side is Heck. Looking fiery, and that'll be incomplete, but we do have a flag coming here, and this potentially could be on Semenko. Yeah, McGoughlin rolling out to the flat, and there might be a hold, and if this is on Fargo South, it will be potentially moving the chains. We'll see what the call is. Holding, it is. Ball at the 40, give them the 1st down here. First penalty of the game goes against the Fargo South Bruins. It's a costly one. It would have been 4th and 5 instead. It's a 1st down and 10 now for Valley City. 2 head coaches know each other extremely well. Tyler Kozel played for Travis Ingen at Valley City State University. So there is a lot of familiarity between these 2 programs. And they will come out again with that single back formation here. Into the backfield for the Valley City Highlanders again is Amon. Handoff. They stretch it out to left-hand side, and Amon gets bear hugged for about a gain of 1, maybe 2. And a couple of Bruins coming in on the tackle as one of them for Fargo South looked to be with Quinn Mears. Amon, 4 carries now for 24 yards. The Highlanders having themselves a really nice drive, though. As this one started back all the way at their own 20-yard line at the 8:43 mark, so nearly 3.5 minutes has surpassed on the drive for Valley City as they're into Bruin territory for the first time on this Friday night. Option play. Flight comes out here. Heck's going to keep it, then Heck's going to get decked. Weber was part of the couple of Bruins in on the tackle. Back to the 48-yard line, we'll see the penalty. Second one on this drive. This again will be at the 47-yard line, and for Tyler Kozel, does he want to take it or decline it? It's a chop block, so it'll go 15 yards, and they'll say, we'll take it. Well, it's going to be a costly penalty now, just as the one prior for Fargo South to give the automatic first down. Now all of a sudden you look down, and it's second down and 22 here for the Highliners. Valley City team the last couple of weeks, Jamestown, which gave Fargo North a good run early in the first quarter. Then eventually the Spartans started to flex their muscle a little bit in the second and the third. Lost 33-14 against Jamestown. They got shut out last week against Grand Forks Central. Second down and 10 here make it second down and 22 here for Valley City as Amon is in the backfield. Play action, Heck steps up, pocket collapses, and he's going to get sacked for a loss. A 3-yard loss here on the sack for Fargo South as they're coming in. Jacob Ordick for a tackle. Make that a sack of 3. So third down and 25 upcoming now for Valley City. Something that Coach Travis Ingen said the games that they won this year, their 4 games, very maybe overwhelmed the competition. The 4 games they lost, didn't feel like the Highlanders played their best football by any stretch. Fargo South with no safeties, more than 7 yards away from the football. Amon's able to make his way to about the 38-yard line, and then he's going to be met here by a host of Bruins. Cassette was one of them on the play, and that'll make a 4th down here for Valley City. 2 yards on the rush, but that chop block penalty essentially negated anything the Highlanders were trying to do on the drive, but they do take 4 minutes, make that 5 minutes off the clock as Heck will come on to punt this football away. Heck gonna roll right-hand side. Here's the boot. Take a Highliner roll past the 25, inside the 20, and go there to about the 19-yard line. So good-looking punt here for the Valley City Highlanders to flip the field. 2 possessions, 2 punts for Valley City. Fargo South will handle the football now for the first time inside their own territory after they touch the ball right at the 50-yard line to begin their first offensive drive of the game. So far the difference, a Dorian Sanders 37-yard rushing touchdown here for Fargo South. As lining up to left-hand side is Semenko. Trips to the right, 1 near sideline here, Valley City. Showing some pressure. Brevin looking, post pattern. This one going to be caught at the 35-yard line for Fargo South. Good-looking play there by Dwayne Mitchell with his 18th catch of the season to the 39-yard line for a gain of 20. Nice little move there by Brevin. Looked like he was going to roll out of the pocket, stopped, and just gave a little bit more of a lane there to Dwayne Mitchell running that deep post pattern. The senior now with 293 yards on the season here for Fargo South. Bruins, 2 wide receivers, both left and right. Brevin, again, back in that shotgun formation. Motion man going left to right is Middleton. Here for the Bruins. They'll give it to Middleton on the outside. Looks for a block, gets the boundary, makes his way close to about the first down. Highlanders able to pop him out of bounds, but not before a healthy gain here for Fargo south of 8 yards. Middleton, now reception for 8 yards here as it's going to be second down and 2. Coming up, we'll get to our halftime show, brought to you in part by our friends at First Class Mortgage. Once we get there, we'll take a look at some of the final scores trickling in here. Again, Red River and Dickinson, Wahpeton, Turtle Mountain playing tonight, and the other matchup here this evening on YourLiveEvent.com. Here's a handoff in Fargo South going right up the middle to about the 41 and the 39-yard line. The Bruins right now with a couple of big gaping holes, able to go from the 47 to the 40 for a 13-yard rush here by Semenko. 2 carries for 18 yards. Give credit to the linemen up front with Anderson, Arctic, Moody, Graywin, and Weber so far here for the Bruins. When they've been on the ground, they found a couple of lanes, and they've gone with it. 1st and 10 upcoming here for Brevin. Back in that shotgun formation. Highliners, they will bring 5. Brevin tries to get out of a sack. He's unable to, and the Highliners get a sack. And that's going to be a loss of about 5. Coming through here for Valley City, Kada Amon was applying some of the pressure, and then he was able to get helped out with Dylan Hunt as well for that 5-yard loss. And now Fargo South sees a 2nd and 15. You'll hear it in the NFL and college football sometimes, right when you get to that 35, 40-ish yard line, you might see defenses bring pressure to try to get field goal kickers away from, a 45, 50-yard field goal. Well, Keaton Dawkins, a pretty good kicker for Fargo South. He's got a season long of 39 so far this season, and he's 7 of 7. So that can be a dangerous weapon in high school football. This will be a pitch play to the outside here for Fargo South. Jerry Gibson gets the 40-yard line, gets the sack yardage back, and he might have got an extra yard or 2 on top of it. We'll see where they mark him out of bounds. It looks to be at the 38-yard line. So a gain of 7 on the little jet sweep here by Jerry Gibson, the senior. And all of a sudden, Fargo South at least has a little bit more manageable 3rd down after that sack for a loss of 5. 50 seconds left here in the quarter. This is just the 4th possession combined between these two teams. And if this style of play continues, possessions, you might only get 9, maybe 10 throughout this kind of football game. 3rd down here. The Bruins need the Highliner 30 for the 1st. Brevin looking, firing, throwing across the middle. It's tipped, and it's almost complete at the 10-yard line. Tipped off a hands guard, and then Aiden Hertz nearly barrel rolled himself to the 10 to grab that football. You had 2 Bruins and 1 Highliner in the vicinity, and the 1 Highliner did enough to break up that play there in the back of the secondary here for Valley City. And for Fargo South, you don't want to say that was a broken play either, because normally you don't have 2 guys running in the same vicinity. Almost one was running a little bit of a seam, and the other one looked to run a hitch there. But now it's going to be 4th down here. We'll see if the Bruins punt or go for it. They will look to go for it here for Brevin. Fires down the middle. That's going to be incomplete. Coming in with the hit for the Highliners, the senior Ethan Miller, as they were looking for Jerry Gibson at the 17-yard line, and Miller put the shoulder pads run into that Bruin Gibson to make it incomplete and circle that one possibly as an RDK Enterprises play of the game if Valley City's able to come back and score. A good-looking hit there for Miller, and that was part of what both the Bruins and the Highlanders saw last season playing each other in Valley City to a 7-3 contest. The pads were popping just like that. So Fargo South elected to go for it. Will give Valley City their best starting field position of the game at their own 38-yard line with 38 seconds left in the opening error-moving first quarter. Play action, Heck rolls near sideline, fires, throws this one complete to about the 44-yard line. As they were coming across the middle here for Valley City, that'll go to Dieterle for his 3rd reception of the season for the sophomore tight end. 6 yards on the completion. That'll make it 2nd down upcoming and could potentially be the final play of this opening quarter. Valley City will have 8 seconds here if they do want to run a play as Dieterle goes right to left across that formation. Heck back under center. And Heck won't see this one go off. So after 1 quarter play, it's the hometown Fargo South Bruins 7, the Valley City Highlanders scoreless. But with the ball when we come back with a 2nd down and medium here from Fargo South.
Every farmer has a good story about picking rocks. Want to hear ours? To this day, we pick rocks on our founder's farm, and they go into every Bell Bank branch we build. How's that for rock-solid commitment?
Every bank wants you to open an account. Then along come sneaky fees. Sneaky, sneaky. If you hate sneaky fees, switch to Bell Bank. We give sneaky fees the boot. Bell Bank.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We'll get to a couple finals that have made their way in here as the Highliners will be in the backfield with Heck under center. 2nd down and 4 to start this second quarter. Handoff for Valley City is able to get a past the 45 to the 46. Amon makes his way there for 2 yards on the play, and it'll be 3rd down and short upcoming here for the Highliners. Other scores, Wahpeton went to Turtle Mountain and picked up a win over the Braves, 38-0, which means Wahpeton is 3-6. Devils Lake is 3-6 on the season. And Red River beat Dickinson here 14-7. Rough Rudders are 6-3. Dickinson is 6-3. Well, we'll see what happens because the Highlanders are 4-4, and Fargo South currently sits at 5-3. 3rd down upcoming. Got a cowbell in the stands. Rolling out, Heck looking, pitching on the option play. Amon makes his way. Going to be tight. They might mark him. He needed the 48 from our vantage point. Looks like maybe it's the 47, and it'll be a yard short of the 1st down. That's what it's going to be. Was able to get a yard on the play. Good pursuit here by Fargo South, attacking and flying away on the boundary. We saw the Bruins just go for it on their last possession on a 4th down. This, though, a lot more manageable for the Highlanders. However, again, the old adage is if you don't get it, you give your opposition great field position here for Fargo South. Highlanders did receive to start the game, so they will elect, it looks like right now, to go for it or maybe use the hard count instead. We'll get our first timeout of the contest. This will be with Coach Travis Ingen. We'll break as well. Bruins up by 7, 4th down and 1 for the Highlanders, and we return.
Keep your job site stocked with reliable service from Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Our team specializes in everything concrete. That means hand tools and equipment, rebar of all shapes and sizes, concrete forming packages and ICFs, decorative concrete materials like color, stain, sealers, and coatings. And let's not forget our impressive fleet of winter construction equipment to keep the concrete flowing all year round. If you've got concrete questions, we've got concrete answers at Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Visit us today at any of our 6 locations.
4th down upcoming so far through the air. Heck has 6 yards passing. Amon, the leading rusher, 7 carries for 31 yards. Miller, 3 with -1. McGoughlin had a fullback trap play for 6 yards as well. And then Heck had a sack here for Valley City. So 4th down upcoming on the way for the Valley City Highlanders as they will split out a wide receiver both to the outside and the inside. Amon dots the eye with Heck now motioning back into more of a punting formation. Snap, Heck rolls, nobody back for Fargo South, and Heck will do a nice job here bringing out his pitching wedge, and that just rolls to about the 10-yard line. So a really good-looking punt again, playing field position here as that goes 43 yards for Heck, and essentially you start playing a numbers game. If you say no one's back there, we'll kick it. If someone is going to be back there, maybe you elect to go for it a little bit off the ball. But regardless, Valley City 3 possessions. It's been 3 punts. Fargo South with a touchdown and a punt so far as they will have their 3rd possession of the contest. But this is all the way back at their own 10-yard line here for the Bruins. Just over 2 minutes goes off the clock on Valley City's 3rd drive of the game. Fargo South will handle it now with Warwick back in that shotgun formation. Twins to the near sideline. Warwick, pocket collapses, and he's going to get sacked here by the Highlanders back at the 3-yard line. Valley City coming and bringing some pressure on the interior here as they're able to get there here for the Highlanders. Valley City looks like Brant Mueller was in on the tackle. And you also had Valley City with Hunter Undum. So really good-looking play here by the Highlanders is now all of a sudden that punt really coming into a large role. 2nd and 17, ball spotted at the 3 here for the Bruins. Handoff. This will go to Semenko. We do have a play. Semenko then gets met by Schwer at about the 9-yard line. Be a gain of roughly 6 yards, barring the penalty, and where that penalty is, might not have enough guys on the line, could be encroachment. We'll see. It's either brings up 3rd down and 10, or we're going to have false start here on Fargo South. We'll see what Coach Ingen wants to do. Make it 2nd and about 18 and 19, or you take the yards that was on the run play, and they're going to take the penalty. So this will go from the 3 to the now 1.5 yard line. 2 penalties for 11 yards here for Fargo South. Bruins with all 3 timeouts here in this first half remaining. Bruins will send a wide receiver out to either side. Hands guard to the left. Near sideline is Mitchell. Highlander showing some pressure again here with the ball spotted at the 1.5. Little trap play. This will go to Sandness. Sandness gets to about the 1 before he's popped there. Highlanders coming in on the tackle is McGoughlin, the sophomore, coming in to be part of that 1-2 combination. Valley City also had on the play Will Strayer, who's been flying around here, brings up a 3rd down at the 17-yard line. Sandness gets about a yard. That's it. Something that Coach Travis Ingen mentioned on our pregame show is Schwer just kind of looks for contact. He's always has a heady nose to the football, and we're seeing that here. 3rd down for Fargo South. They will need this 20-yard line for a first. That's 17 yards from where the line of scrimmage sets up now. Shotgun formation. They will go to the outside. A quick little screen play. This will go to Middleton. Middleton to the 10. Fumbles the football. That'll go out of bounds. Middleton gets some yards back up to the 13. So a gain of 10 for Fargo South, but more importantly, gets them out of their own shadow of the end zone here. Middleton 2 catches now for 18 yards on the evening. As Fargo South will handle the football. Punt up in the air to the 40-yard line. That'll spot to about the 42. Take a Bruin little roll with the wind to the 45. So a punt of 31 yards. We'll see Valley City start with the football in Bruin territory. It's been a physical style of game as you expected from last year and with these two teams. But now all of a sudden, if you're Valley City, ball in positive territory here, and to find a way to capitalize if you're the Highliners. Highliners averaging 19 points per game. Fargo South at 34. Valley City right now will handle it, though, at the Bruin 45-yard line. As in the backfield here will be Miller. 1st and 10, Valley City. Oh, off back. Play action to the fullback. This will go to the outside. 2nd catch of the night here for the 6'5 sophomore Dieterle as he makes his way past the 39 and to the 38-yard line. Dieterle 2 catches now for 13 yards. As we'll bring up 2nd down and 3 upcoming here for Valley City. But we do have a flag on the play. This will be going against Fargo South. And so far, the tight end spot has been open tonight on a couple 5 to 10 yard out rounds. A sideline warning here on the Fargo South Bruins. Makes it now 2nd down and 3. Dieterle goes left to right across the formation. Miller again will be in the backfield. Fargo South, 5 men at the line. Fullback trap play. This will go to McGoughlin, who hops his way past the 35 to the 33-yard line. So a gain of 4 yards here on the play. 10 carries now for 2 carries for 10 yards on the way for Valley City. They have 2 timeouts remaining here in this first half. Highliners will come out with twins to near sideline 1 to the right. Heck back under center. Play action. Heck rolling, stopping. Fakes a pass, trying to flip the football. Got a man to the 20-yard line, and Dieterle's the man again. Dieterle past the 20, makes his way all the way to the 15-yard line for a pitch and catch of 18 yards. A broken play for Heck That's one of the longest plays from scrimmage so far here for the Highliners. 31 yards passing. That all goes to Dieterle here. He came in with 2 catches for 16 yards tonight. He's already got 3 of them here for 31. And the Highliners are knocking on the door here at the 7-minute mark of this first half of play. One wide receiver either side again for Valley City. Heck gives this one out to Miller. Miller gets to the boundary, plateauing his way to the outside, and really good pursuit here from Fargo South on the boundary, coming in on the tackle. Maybe gets Miller about a gain of 1. Fargo South on the outside there with Jerry Gibson, makes it 2nd down and 9. Kind of saw Miller do the old high step there, looking for that guard and tackle coming across to try to clear the way, got to the outside, but then Gibson came from the secondary to come down and make a tackle here for Fargo South. Regardless, though, Valley City taking up some more time on this drive as it's nearly 2 minutes. Heck, rolling, firing, looking, Dieterle catching, and he takes a hit at about the 7-yard line. Dieterle for a gain of 7, and what got into Dieterle so far here tonight for the 6'5" sophomore? Whatever it was, keep it, because he's got 38 receiving yards, and all the completions from Heck have been to Dieterle. And a ton of them, again, have been that 5 to 10-yard variety where we've seen the play action from Heck rolling him out. And he's rolling also away from his throwing shoulder, and he's still done a good job in Heck getting that football off. Play clock under 10 seconds here as they go under center here with Heck. Play action, Heck rolling, gets the ball up before he gets hit, firing to the outside. There goes into the end zone. Is the end? Yes! Derek Shape stretches for his 2nd reception for a touchdown here on the season, as that is in the end zone here for Valley City, as that is going to be a touchdown of 7 yards. Shape to Heck to Shape. That's Bryson's 11th passing touchdown on the season. Derek now with 11 catches, 140, make that 34 yards and a touchdown. Right-footed end over end point after attempt is up, and it is good by Bryson Heck. A new score at 5:26 left in the first half. Valley City 7, Fargo South 7 here on YourLiveEvent.com.
RDK Enterprises is searching for candidates to fill multiple positions. These customer-facing positions require a high level of organization, workflow management skills, the ability to work with and lead others, problem-solving skills, and the drive to deliver an outstanding customer experience. Available positions include shop foreman and service technician. Compensation package based on experience. If interested in joining our team, upload your resume at planterdoc.com.
End over end kick here for Valley City as Fargo South will take it to about the 24-yard line there for Mitchell. The Highliners able to chew up 2 minutes and 39 seconds off the clock on their 4th possession. That goes 45 yards for their first score of the contest. We'll see what Fargo South can do with the football here, as again they got all 3 timeouts in front of them. And as well, they will get the ball to start the second half of play. So for Fargo South, they will come out trips to the near sideline. Brevin Wark so far here today on 4 completions, 4 of 8 for 44 yards. First down here, ball spotted at the 24-yard line. Handoff left-hand side. Really good pursuit by Valley City. Almost a tackle for a loss there as Semenko went to the outside and just saw the linebackers flying away here for the Highliners. As Valley City able to make a pretty good play on the outside there with Corbin Powell. All of a sudden you look up now and Uncle Momentum, maybe a little bit on the side of the team in white here tonight. in Valley City. Made a good stick, able to get the ball in the end zone, come out with a good defensive play on top of it. Brings up 2nd and a long 10. Wark looking, going across the middle. Nice looking catch here. Is they able to complete it, or is that going to be a fumble? What are they going to rule? Mitchell had it at the 43-yard line. We're going to see if the ball came out, whether it was caused by the turf or it's going to be Highliner football. And right now the officials will come over and talk through this one right now. We'll see what it is. The ball was at the 24-yard line. They're going to give them the first down to the 43-yard line, so 19 yards on the reception. That's the second time we've seen Mitchell have a catch across the middle like that for 39 yards, and Brevin Wark pretty much was looking one way. He's looking to see that Mitchell can beat his man, and right when he did, that ball comes out. Valley City's been maybe just about a half step short of giving to Wark more than one time here tonight on a sack. But regardless here, give credit to the junior Brevin taking some hits, standing in the pocket, and delivering a good football across the middle. 1st and 10. Brevin going across the middle again. This one's going to be out of the hands of Gibson. Jerry Gibson nearly had it at the 30, and if he can come down with that football, he might still be running to the north end of Fargo. Instead, it's a 2nd down and 10. That was the old drop in the bucket kind of pass right there to Gibson. Those are difficult for wide receivers sometimes as you're eyeing the football and maybe eyeing a defender coming in to deck you, as we already saw Miller do that one time here tonight to Gibson. Regardless, brings up 2nd and 10. Clock does stop at 4:13 left here in half number 1. Shotgun formation again for Brevin Wark. Handoff. This one will go to Semenko. Semenko stretches it to the 45-yard line again, and he gets wrapped up at about the 47. Schwer coming in on the tackle for a gain of 4 yards. Here for Semenko, 4 carries for 21 yards. His yards have all been earned tonight, and you go back through, outside that 37-yard run and a 13-yard run, 2 sacks for Wark, a run of 1 for Sadness, 4 -1 and 5 for Semenko, and Gibson with a stretch play that went 20, make it 7 yards on that little jet sweep. 3rd down here for Fargo South. Valley City looking to apply some pressure. They're going to bring some pressure. Fargo South with Sadness, breaks a tackle, gets the 45-yard line. How does he still have the football as he's down to about the 43? Sadness had to bring a Highliner with him all the way past the 45-yard line to about the 43, as that's going to be a gain of 9. I was looking for the football there and couldn't really see it for a moment, as that's going to be a gain and a 1st down upcoming. Semenko on the rush, as it'll be Twins to the left-hand side, one to the right-hand side. Fargo South playbook's open with all 3 timeouts with 3 minutes left in the first half. Inside zone play against Semenko, and Semenko with a little hard charge rushing past the 35 to the 30, and they'll mark him all the way down, it looks like, to about the 28-yard line. Gain of 15 yards, and after, well, the announcers jinx sometimes, you might say, saying they've done a good job of holding this rushing attack back and forth and back and forth. Now, all of a sudden, we're seeing some really nice running lanes open up here. 1st down and 10 here for Fargo South. They will switch it out. Left-hand side to Mitchell, with Twins to the right-hand side. Shotgun formation here to Wark. This will be a nice little run play on the way for the Bruins, and spinning his way is Sadness for another Bruin 1st down. Now all of a sudden to the 16-yard line for a gain of 12. 3 carries for 50 yards here for the senior on senior night with Sadness. 1st and 10 Bruins. And Fargo South does not have to be in any rush. They have all 3 timeouts. They get the ball to start the second half. With the play clock now under 20 seconds. Bruins with this shotgun formation, this inside zone to Semenko and Sadness. The S&S brothers has been working well on the drive. Stretch play outside. Semenko gets to the numbers to the 10, makes a cut, and Semenko might have a 1st and goal territory as he gets past the yard of the 1st down to about the 5-yard line, and that is where they're going to mark him down. 11 carries for 56 yards here. So you got Semenko and Sandnes, one with 56, one with 50, and we get a timeout here for Coach Travis Ingen. We'll break as well here. Valley City and Fargo South tied at 7, 1st and goal, and we return here on your liveevent.com. Timeout on the field allows us to remind you to stay tuned to our halftime show, brought to you in part by First Class Mortgage. Take a look at the first half numbers. Also from there, a look at what potentially could be ahead, barring how that QRF formula looks for both the Bruins and the Valley City Highlanders. We'll get to that and more. That's all still to come here on our First Class Mortgage halftime show. Valley City has one timeout remaining, while for Fargo South, the Bruins, they have all 3 timeouts remaining. Travis Ingen just taking a timeout there as Fargo South has started at their own 24-yard line, has moved the ball all the way down to the Highliner 4. As they will handle it with a wide receiver both to the right and left here for Fargo South. Semenko and Sandnes, with Semenko lined up in the right-hand side. Hoffert motioning left to right. 1st and goal, little play action. Brevin looking, tipped. This ball's going to be incomplete. The Highlanders nearly got the interception across the middle. Will stop the clock as well. Now it's 2nd and goal. So 2nd down upcoming here for the Valley City Highlander defense. Trying to build a little bit of a wall. The one thing here for Fargo South again in their back pocket, you don't want to say it's a guaranteed 3 points, but with a kicker that you have with Keaton Dockin, you feel pretty good that you can find a way at least get 3 and then get the ball back to start the second half. Bruins trying to punch this one in the end zone. We'll see if they go on the ground after a pass on first. They will go on the ground, stretching it to the outside. This is going to be into the end zone for the 2nd time tonight on a rushing touchdown for the Bruins. Sandnes had the first, Semenko has a 2nd, and the lights with a strobe light party here at Fargo South. A 4-yard rushing touchdown here for Semenko. That'll be his 13th rushing touchdown. And they're going to actually mark him down. And then we have a flag on the play that'll be at the 5-yard line. So I didn't see the flag coming out initially there, as that'll negate the touchdown there and the little house party here at Fargo South as well. That's a large penalty, number 1. It takes away 6 points off the board, and number 2, all of a sudden, now the ball is spotted at the 14-yard line. So 3 penalties for 21 yards for Fargo South. Valley City has 1 for 15. 2nd and goal now at the 14-yard line, and all of a sudden the last 30 seconds has felt like it's taken more like 30 minutes potentially here with this timeout. There's a little end around opportunity here for Fargo South into the end zone. Bruins walking in, they got it. What a nice play by Fargo South. Aiden Hertz takes it in for a rushing touchdown here for the Bruins. And there come the strobe lights yet again. Hertz, a 14-yard touchdown. So they hand it off on the way here. And then Hertz is a benefactor as he comes on that reverse. And he was untouched to the far sideline for the rushing touchdown. That'll be the 2nd rushing score of the game. Dockin comes on for the point after attempt. Holding this one here will be Jake Kennedy for Fargo South. Here comes the right-footed kick, clean spot, up by Dockin, and Dockin has done it again now, 35 of 38 on point after attempts. New score with 91 seconds left to play here in the first half. The Bruins lead it by 7.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
Fargo South leads it by 7 here on YourLiveEvent.com. The Bruins able to go 76 yards on that drive. That nearly eats up 4 minutes of game clock. 3 minutes and 51 seconds for the touchdown. So Valley City ties it up at 7, only to see the Bruins take the lead right back. And the Highlanders now will have 91 seconds and 1 timeout remaining to try to tie this puppy up before we get to the half. Dockin at the 40, a good right end over end kick here to the Highlander 8-yard line. Valley City gets it to about the 20. Highlanders making their way to about the 25 here, and that'll start it off here for Valley City. 5th possession of the half here for the Highlanders, with 83 seconds left here in this opening half. We have seen Valley City with the junior Bryson Heck have some success so far through the air here this evening. 45 yards passing, 4 of the receptions to Dieterle, a 7-yard receiving touchdown to the sophomore Derek Shape, as Valley City again will come out 1 wide receiver either side. McGoughlin and Dieterle will motion left to right as Amon is in the backfield. Play action. Heck has all day to throw. Wines throwing down the field on the far side, and that'll be incomplete at the 35-yard line. The intended receiver there for Valley City was Shape. In on the coverage is Gibson for Fargo South. Clean pocket, though, for Heck. There is some wind that you have to contend with. We saw the wind kind of blowing in a little bit earlier into the press box here on this field. That's going from the south end zone on the left-hand side of your screen to the north end zone on the right-hand side of your screen. A really good clean pocket there for Heck to have a chance to wind up and throw one-on-one just a little over the outstretched arms, but that stops the clock with 76 seconds here in the opening half. Highliners give this one off. Amon breaks a tackle, gets it to the 35-yard line, and makes his way for a first down. Amon with the first here. That'll get past the 35 to about the 37. 8 carries now for 43 yards. Highlanders with a little sugar no huddle, as they will go twins both left and right. Heck gets the ball off here. That's going to be incomplete at the 45-yard line. Looking for Dieterle. Fargo South able to get a paw on that one. Alonzo was able to come out there with his left hand and bat the ball away. Heck went 5 for 5 to start the game. Now these 2 passes, they've been close, just haven't been completed to make it now 2nd down and 10. Highliners looking for their first win since defeating Horace back on September the 22nd. Went 3-0 to start the year, and the schedule got a little tougher along the way. The team's got a little stingier, and just like everybody else, you start getting banged up as the season progresses. Heck throws it outside here. Highliners get it to about the 40-yard line. That's where the Highlanders will get popped at about the 42. Amon is there. That one will be complete. Inbounds as the clock will continue to wind for a gain of 4. Third down here for Valley City. Clock stops again in high school. If you get out of bounds, you get the first down, or you just call the old-fashioned timeout. Under center goes Bryson Heck. Play action, rolling, flipping into the boundary. There goes Amon. Amon trying to get the first down past the 40, but he might just got back to the original line of scrimmage, and that was it. And the clock will stop as well as he gets to the 23-yard line. Make it the 42-yard line with 23 seconds here on the clock. So Valley City will look to punt. And we've seen Heck with that rugby style of punt, taking a step or two to the right, moving the line, and then booting one down the field. That's exactly what Heck is able to do here, as this will bounce at the 20, take a high hop and a better hop inside the 10 and to the 9-yard line. Heck has done a really good job flipping the field with that punt, as it has been consistent about 40 to 45 yards here with 10 seconds left to play in the first half. Fargo South will handle the football up by 7, and again they will receive to start the second half of play. So the Bruins come on in maybe anything other than a victory formation here, take a knee. With Valley City just having one timeout and try to get to the half with that 7-point edge. As going under center will be Brevin. Ork will do just that, take the knee, and that will do it for the first half of play. After one half of play from Fargo South, it's the Bruins 14, the Valley City Highlanders 7. Fargo South 7 points in the first quarter, 7 points in the second. Valley City held scoreless in the opening 12 minutes, but they get 7 points in that second quarter of play. Our First Class Mortgage halftime show is coming up next here from Fargo South on your liveevent.com.
For 20 years, 702 Communications has been connecting people and businesses to the world through internet, telephone, and TV. And as your needs have changed, so has 702. Our dedication to our community and customers runs deep. So when you call, we listen. And you can trust that we'll never stop working to bring the latest technology to our friends and neighbors. Thank you for 20 years in business. The best is yet to come.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota. If you want help from a firm that has integrity and respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the betterment of the community, look no farther than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys has dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsborough, Maddox, Page, and Castleton. Or visit our website, www.onsteadlaw.com.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
I'm Mandy Latour. I'm confident in the game, and when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
I'm Darian Bitts. I'm confident on and off the field. And when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
As we come back here on our halftime show, brought to you in part by First Class Mortgage. It's more than just their company name, it's the way they do business. Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing your existing mortgage, their dedicated team takes the time to understand your financial situation. For more information, go online to firstclasscorp.com. Not too far away here from Fargo South either, on 25th Street and 13th Avenue South in Valley City. First half numbers and first half scoring looks like this. For the Valley City Highlanders, 4 possessions, 1 touchdown. The 1 touchdown was on their 4th possession of the contest. That was a 45-yard drive capped off by a heck to shape for a 7-yard receiving touchdown, and then you had a point after attempt by Heck as well. For the Fargo South Bruins, they had 2 punts, 2 touchdowns, and then the half at the very end where they took that quarterback knee. Sandus with a 37-yard rushing touchdown. Donkin with the point after attempt. Hertz then had a 14-yard a little reverse play for a rushing touchdown. Donkin with the point after attempt as well, made it 14-7 Fargo South. So South with the opening score at the 8:43 mark in the first quarter. Valley City tied it up at 5:26 left in the first half. South answered on the ensuing possession with 1:31 left to play in the first half. So that's a look at some of the possessions as we take a look at the team numbers here. A clean game, kind of what you would expect between these two teams. Again, I'm not sure either will get more than 10, maybe 11 possessions total in this football game. So far for the Fargo South Bruin, 15 carries on the ground for 114 yards. They have 63 yards passing. Brevin Work is 5 of 11. No turnovers, 3 penalties for 21 yards. Well, for the Valley City Highlanders here this evening, Valley City with 15 carries so far have amassed 50 yards on the ground. You also have 49 yards passing here for Valley City through the air. 7 of 9 is Heck. On the ground, Amon, 8 carries for 43 yards. Miller, 4 for 0. McGoughlin has 2 for 10, and Heck was sacked for -3. Heck through the air again, 7 of 9, 49 yards, a touchdown, no interceptions. Dieterle came in with just 2 receptions for 16 yards. The sophomore has 4 receptions so far for 38 yards here for the Highlanders. You have Amon 2 for 4, and Shape has 1 for 7 with a touchdown as well. Well, for the Fargo South Bruins, Brevin Work 5 of 11 with 63 yards passing. No touchdowns and no interceptions. Mitchell, 2 receptions for 39 yards. Middleton, 2 for 18, and Hertz has 1 for 8. Fargo South led on the ground with Semenko with 7 carries for 56 yards. Sandus has 3 for 50, including a 37-yard rushing touchdown. Hertz with a 14-yard rushing touchdown for 7 yards here for Fargo South. Then Brevin Work has a couple of sacks, 3 carries for -13 yards. Gibson with 1 for 7. That again is a look at your first half numbers on our First Class Mortgage halftime show. We come back, take a look at scores across the AA landscape and how everything's shaping up, barring how that QRF ranking will come out and where teams might be once we get to the postseason a week from tonight. At the half, it's Fargo South up by 7 here on your liveevent.com.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
Every farmer has a good story about picking rocks. Want to hear ours? To this day, we pick rocks on our founder's farm, and they go into every Bell Bank branch we build. How's that for rock-solid commitment?
Every bank wants you to open an account. Then along come sneaky fees. Sneaky, sneaky. If you hate sneaky fees, switch to Bell Bank. We give sneaky fees the boot. Bell Bank.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
High school football here on YourLiveEvent.com. Let's take a look at the Class AA football scoreboard from games that happened last night and a couple that ended here earlier this evening. Fargo North finished the regular season unbeaten with a 46-22 win over Jamestown. West Fargo Horace. Well, how about Harvey McMahon's Horace Hawks? They started the year off with a couple of losses and all of a sudden picked up a win over Devils Lake, went on the road to Wahpeton, and since then, Horace has been playing pretty good football as they could be anywhere from a 6-5, maybe even a 4, depending on how the QRF rankings look. Horace 40-6 winners over Watford City. Central defeated Devils Lake by 2, 30-28. Central was 7th in the QRF rankings coming into the week. Devils Lake at number 9. Wahpeton defeated a win over Wahpeton 38-0. Wahpeton was on the outside looking in by 10.4 points against the Valley City Highlanders in the QRF rankings. Dickinson and Red River won 14-7 at Cushman Field here earlier tonight. So Red River improves to now 6-3 on the season, while for Dickinson, they dropped to 6-3 on the year. And again, you have a look at the QRF, you go with some head-to-head matchups. We know this. Fargo North is the unequivocal number 1. Dickinson, if they would have beat Red River, more than likely would have been the 2. But now that they lost, and Fargo South didn't play Red River this season, so there's no head-to-head. How far does Red River go? They were currently 4 points behind the QRF rankings. Fargo South is currently 3rd. Jamestown 5th. Horace 6th. Central 7th. Valley City, they were 5 points ahead of Devils Lake that was behind them. The Firebirds lost again by 2 points here earlier in the week against Grand Forks Central. Valley City lost, however, to Devils Lake earlier this season, or actually picked up a win over Devils Lake 35-26, but lost to Wahpeton 16-14. Essentially, the QRF rankings are the modern-day version of the BCS, and when you don't really have the imbalance of some teams playing 3A, some teams playing an all 2A, maybe a 1A team, it kind of makes it a little difficult to get a true 100% feel across the board, but this is the best you can do again with the imbalanced schedule. Top 4 teams will host in the quarterfinals. The top 8 make the playoffs. A reminder, tomorrow here on YourLiveEvent.com, not 1, not 2, but 3 North Dakota high school football playoff games. Harvey-Wells County at Kindred. Harvey-Wells County, they've lost their last 7 football playoff games, make it 8. The last time they won was 2008 in the postseason, trying to end that stretch against a Kindred Viking squad who's looking to make their 6th consecutive quarterfinal round appearance with a win tomorrow in Kindred. Cavalier will make the trek to the Central Cass Squirrels. The Tornadoes, a 9-man power as of late. They got moved up after making the Dakota Bowl 4 consecutive seasons and losing in the championship game 4 straight years, but with those success points got moved up to Region 2. They make the playoffs. Central Cass, the Squirrels, coming off a state runner-up from a season ago. They're looking to continue that success against the Tornadoes here at 2 o'clock. Joel Morgan will have the call here in Castleton tomorrow. And then Nelson County makes their way to Sargent County. James Martins will have the call for you on that one. It'll be audio-only broadcast between the Chargers of Nelson County and Coach Eric Olson's Bulldogs from Sargent County. The Bulldogs go from 11-man to 9-man, and all that they've done so far this season, as the song says, is win. The Bulldogs in Nelson County, they will kick off at 2:30. Again, go to YourLiveEvent.com for more games coming up, not just in North Dakota, but Minnesota as well. Also, our radio stations of KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ FM, as we have section volleyball and section playoff football starting up on Monday and Tuesday in the state of Minnesota. That does it for our First Class Mortgage halftime show. They're provided to provide first-class service, first-class knowledge, and a first-class experience at the lowest interest rates. For more information, go online to firstclasscorp.com. Then again, it's firstclasscorp.com. He's Joey Hughes. I'm Chase Miller. We're back with second half kickoff after this.
Keep your job site stocked with reliable service from Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Our team specializes in everything concrete. That means hand tools and equipment, rebar of all shapes and sizes, concrete forming packages and ICFs, decorative concrete materials like color, stain, sealers, and coatings. And let's not forget our impressive fleet of winter construction equipment to keep the concrete flowing all year round. If you've got concrete questions, we've got concrete answers at Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Visit us today at any of our 6 locations.
RDK Enterprises is searching for candidates to fill multiple positions. These customer-facing positions require a high level of organization, workflow management skills, the ability to work with and lead others, problem-solving skills, and the drive to deliver an outstanding customer experience. Available positions include shop foreman and service technician. Compensation package based on experience. If interested in joining our team, upload your resume at planterdoc.com.
High school football tonight here on YourLiveEvent.com. The Fargo South Bruins and the Valley City Highlanders here. Chase Miller, Joey Hughes as we get ready to put the ball on the tee to start this second half of play. Valley City will handle it here at the 40-yard line as they will put this ball on the tee here for the Highlanders. As they will handle it now. As the quarterback Heck again puts this one on the tee for Fargo South. You'll have Sandness and Mitchell back respectively at their own 5 and 10-yard line. Valley City with the end-over-end kick. This will go to Mitchell at the 9-yard line here as Dwayne will bust it to the near sideline to about the 30-yard line, and that's where Fargo South will start with the football here in this second half of play. It'll be their 6th possession of the contest. As now for the Bruins, they will have it and spot it at the 30-yard line. First down and 10 as you're starting to see the mosquitoes make their way out a little bit more and more across the way. It will kind of look like a winter snow globe a little bit if it was snow, but instead the mosquitoes with one more opportunity here before it gets really cold. Shotgun formation again for the junior Brevin Warwick. Handoff. This will go to Semenko. Semenko stiff arms a man to the outside as Valley City on the outside there was Dylan Hunt trying to chase him down to about the 32, maybe 33-yard line. They will give him a gain of 3 yards. 8 carries now for 59 yards here for Semenko. Makes it now second down upcoming here for Fargo South. The Bruins 5-3 on the season, while Valley City again sits at 4-4. Talking with both coaches early in the week, they said essentially we're going to look at this one as a must-win contest. Valley City must-win, trying to make sure that they get themselves into the playoffs with putting no doubt on what the QRF rankings might or might not look like after the results from yesterday and today. While Fargo South, similar situation where they understand, hey, a loss, you never know how far you might go down, where a win, you feel like you should at least be a 4 seed. And with what happened up in Grand Forks earlier today, maybe you can jump all the way up to a 2 seed as making its way through the teeth here is Semenko to about the 34-yard line. Highlanders doing a good job bottling him up there as Valley City coming underneath that pile as Hunter Undum, part of the tackle here, and Scott Rohde, a 6'2 junior who takes up a lot of double teams and gives linebackers the chance to make tackle after tackle here for the Bruins this season. 9 carries now for 60 yards here for Semenko as Fargo South will handle it. 2 wide receivers split to the right-hand side and 1 to the near sideline in that shotgun formation. Here goes Brevin Warwick as they will handle it here. Warwick looking across the middle. That's going to be incomplete. The intended wide receiver was Mitchell. Really good coverage here by the Highlanders across the board. You had shape there, Colton Griebel, and that secondary spot now makes it 4th down upcoming here for Fargo South. So Fargo South will look to punt this football away where they don't even take a minute off the clock. So give credit to the Highlanders defense there for making a stand and now putting this one up. Will be the Bruins as Dockin handles both the kickoffs and alongside the punts here for Fargo South. Valley City with 2 return men, and we're going to get a penalty here. Play clock was down to 7. We'll see who that penalty is on. If it's on Valley City, it would make it about 4th and a half yard, but this will be on Fargo South with a false start, and the Bruins will pick up their 4th penalty of the contest. 4th down upcoming here for Fargo South. Move it back a couple more yards as Dokken now stands back at his own 15-yard line. Bruins, this one will go right up in the air here. And we'll go out of bounds at about the 42. See where they spot it. Line of scrimmage was the 29, and they will mark it right at the Valley City 42-yard line. So a punt of nearly 30 yards with the Highlanders will take over for their 6th possession of the game at their own 42-yard line. And one possession that started in Bruin territory. This is their 2nd best starting field position of the contest. Valley City last season played these Fargo South Bruins at Hannah Field, and Valley City lost 7-3. They want to return the favor here this season at home of Fargo South. Under center again will be Heck. Pitch play to the outside is Miller. Miller trying to get to the outside. Sandus coming in there on the tackle for a loss. Sandus was able to get there immediately and then finished off as well with Aiden Hertz, who's having himself a really nice evening here for the Fargo South Bruins. 2nd and 14. As that play went to the outside there for Miller, the 6-foot senior. Lineman up front, Trey McPartland again at left tackle. William Schwer, he's going to be at left guard with Christian Butler at center. Brent Mueller at right guard and Peyton Olson at right tackle. 2nd and 14 here for Valley City, as Miller again will be in the backfield. Stretch handoff here. Miller's going to go nowhere. Coming in on the tackle for the Fargo South Bruins, going to be Quinn Mears, able to make a play for the senior at 220 pounds, and that'll be another loss of about 1 or 2, and they'll make it 3rd and 16. So Valley City will handle this football now in between their own hashes, and it feels like when one offense has had a chance to maybe do something, the opposing defense just has had the answer here more than not, whether it's been the Highlanders or the Bruins throughout this contest. 3rd down upcoming for Valley City. Bruins showing 5-man front. They will bring 5. Play action. Heck steps up, fires. That's going to be incomplete. Fargo South might have got enough of a hand on that one with Henry coming in on that particular play. A Gray coming in unblocked for Fargo South. Maybe got to Heck just enough time there as he was looking to deliver the football, as Heck now is 7 of 10 through the air for 49 yards. Punting formation here for the Valley City Highlanders with Bryson Heck as he stands back at his own 28-yard line. Mitchell looks to see this punt come. Heck with another good-looking butte all the way to the 30. Mitchell makes a man miss to the 35, gets to the 40-yard line. Mitchell going to be close to Valley City territory here as they're going to mark him down at the 45, but a nice-looking return of 15 yards here. The opening possessions are punts for both teams, as now Fargo South will start with the football at their own 45-yard line. This is an offensive game that you wanted to see. Well, we've seen some big plays, but it's been more of what we've kind of saw for both teams in this possession. It's going to be gritty to earn some yards unless there is a broken coverage or just a really good block, maybe a tandem block on the front to open up a lane for a particular running back. Bruins will come out here with Brevin Wark, handoff. Now they'll pitch it to the near sideline here to Semenko after they fake the inside dive there with Sandness, as Semenko makes his way past the 45 to about the 47-yard line for a gain of 2. 10 carries for 62 yards, and the Valley City linebackers and secondary have been flying to the football just as Fargo South has this season as well. Losses for the Highlanders this year with Dickinson, Wahpeton, Jamestown, and Central. While the wins for Turtle Mountain, Watford City, Devils Lake, and West Fargo Horace 14-13. Shotgun formation again goes Brevin Wark. This time they'll give it to Semenko outside. That ball gets stretched all the way to the 40-yard line, and then Semenko gets taken down by the ankles at about the 49, maybe the 48-yard line. It's Dylan Hunt able to get to the outside. They'll mark it at the 47. So 3rd down and a long 2 upcoming after a gain of 6 here for Semenko. 3rd and short here for the Bruins. They will need that Highliner 45 for the first. We've seen them attack the edge a plenty here this evening. 3rd down upcoming. Handoff, as this one's going to go up the middle for a couple of yards again for Fargo South. As the Bruins able to get a couple more yards on the particular play. Scott Rohde in on the tackle there, but not before the Bruins get a handful of more yards, and that's another gain of 4 here for Semenko. So for Semenko here in this second half, a gain of 3, a gain of 1, a gain of 2, a gain of 6, and now a gain of 4. 1st down and 10 for the Bruins. Clock continues to move here with 8:40 and counting in this 3rd quarter play. Twins to the near sideline in this shotgun formation. High snap. Sandnes will get the ball past the 40-yard line to about the 35 on the play. Highlanders able to get a couple more yards here, or see Fargo South get a couple more yards, and Sandnes looking back to the sideline and giving a couple of big high fives and claps to his bench. Wanting to see that football probably a couple more times as they'll mark it for a gain of 8. 4 carries for 58 yards now here for Sandnes as the Bruins will come quickly to the line. 2nd down and 2. 2 wide receivers to the near sideline. Valley City showing a 4-man front. Bruins having some time, go to the outside. That'll be incomplete as they were looking to the outside here with George Hansgaard, and now it'll be 3rd down and 2. So 3rd and short here for Fargo South as they will need the Highliner again. 3rd down and short upcoming here for Fargo South as they will need the Highliner 33-yard line, and this smells like 4-down territory here for Fargo South unless you have a penalty, bad snap, something to probably take it from a 3rd and 2 to a 4th and 5 and plus. We've seen the field possession game be part of this contest, or Valley City's been in a similar spot at the 40 of the Bruins and punting on a 4th and short. Shotgun, handoff, coming through is Sandnes, but Sandnes can't get by not 1, not 2, but 3 Highliners. McGoughlin was part of that one. William Schreier was part of that one. Good defensive line play there for Valley City to stick it, and now it's 4th down and 2. Decision time for Coach Tyler Kolzel in his 7th year already as the head coach of the Fargo South Bruins. Bruins with wins this season over Williston, Central, Devils Lake, St. Mary's, and Wahpeton. Losses against Shanley, North, and Fargo Davies. 4th down here for Fargo South. Looking to go for it again. They need the Highliner 33-yard line. Good QB keeper here on the option play by Brevin Warwick. Warwick just kind of stopped for a moment, looked like he was going to pitch it, then put his foot in the ground and went from that 35 all the way to the 25 for a gain of 10. That option play there by the junior in Brevin Warwick. We've seen him do it once earlier here this evening, kind of stretching it out to the outside, but that was just a really nice, just kind of wait to see what the defense does, see if they make a commitment. If they don't, turn it north to south and get some yards. Shotgun formation here again for Warwick. 1st down and 10 for the Bruins. Brevin fires across. This one going to be caught here by Fargo South. Gets into the red zone here for the Bruins, but he took a shot. Amari Taylor, the sophomore, with his first reception, but he took a lick. It'll be 6 yards on the pitch and catch. 2nd down upcoming here for Fargo South. Drive started at the 9-11 mark here in the 3rd quarter, back at their own 45-yard line. Highliners trying to build a wall right now, again, with Dawkin at that field goal position to at least make it a 2-possession game if they're unable to get it in the end zone. Hot stepping his way, bouncing off a tackler. Here goes Sadness to the 5. Sadness carrying a Highliner with him. Is he in? He's in. Touchdown, Bruins. A 19-yard rumbling, bumbling touchdown here for Sadness. That's his second score of the game. Rushing touchdown here for the Bruins as Sadness now on the evening with 77 rushing yards and a couple of touchdowns here. Point after attempt upcoming for Dockin. This would be back at his 10-yard line. 5:45 left here in the third quarter. Right-footed kick on the way by Dockin is true, and we have a new score. Fargo South leads it by 14 here on your liveevent.com. Back here on yourliveevent.com, Dockin end over end kick that'll go all the way into the end zone. And this will be a touchback here for Fargo South and a drive that takes 3 minutes and 26 seconds off the clock. 55 yards capped off by a Sadness 19-yard rushing touchdown. Dockin with the point after attempt. And now all of a sudden, Fargo South has their largest lead of the game. And they've scored at least a touchdown in every quarter here with 5:43 left here in the third. And for the Highlanders, where again there's just hasn't been a ton of drives for either team consistently enough, where this might feel like a must-score kind of a drive for Valley City to get back within a possession. Under center goes Bryson Heck again as he pitches it to the outside. Throwing here for the Highlanders. This one's going to be picked off by Gibson. Gibson handles it at the 43-yard line. A little trickeration play there for Valley City as they were pitching it to the outside for the Highliners. Carver Peterson, the senior, went to throw it, and Gibson jumped the route for the first interception of the contest. And the Bruins now have a chance to immediately answer. And we'll see if they take a shot possibly in the end zone. A quick turnaround play as they will have it at the Highliner 42-yard line. Well, the Highliners trying to get something, a shot in the arm here. They go to their bag of tricks before Halloween, and Gibson says not so fast right there. First down and 10 now for Fargo South in between the hashes with Brevin Warwick. Play action, they throw it to the outside here for the Bruins. Fargo South getting to about the 35-yard line before getting tossed out of bounds there. As making that toss was going to be Dylan Hunt. But you had Aiden Hertz again for the completion of 7 yards. Hertz, 2 catches now for 15 yards. Aiden on senior night has a 14-yard rushing touchdown that came again on that reverse, and all of a sudden 2 catches there for 15 yards. Has found himself to have a really nice productive evening here for the Bruins. Second down and 3 for Fargo South. Going to the outside here. This will be to the numbers. Bruins able to make that catch on the interior and fumbles the football. Ball comes out. Valley City says they got it. But it looks like they're pointing down to the ground of the 26 for a gain of 9 yards here for the Bruins. Mari Taylor on the outside for a gain of 9. 2 receptions for 15 yards. All of a sudden 15 yards passing here in the second half. Make it 78 in the contest as Brevin is 7 of 15 through the air. First down here for the Bruins. 2 wide receivers, both split out left and right in the gun. Taking a 3-step drop is Brevin Wark to the outside. Nice looking reception, it looked like, at the sticks, as they were going the boundary again there for Fargo South, as you have Jaden Middleton in on the catch for about a half a yard shy of that first down. Middleton, 3 catches now for 27 yards, and just like that, Brevin has completed his last 3 consecutive passes, and in doing so is at 50% passing through the air here for Fargo South. Second down and short clock does stop. Going out of bounds there was Middleton. Makes it in the gun here for Brevin. Wark. Shotgun. Rolling near sideline. Wark, that'll be completed to the 10-yard line. Fargo South picks up a block. Fargo South trying to get to the end zone. They're going to mark him down at the 1. Nice moving play there again, however, by the Bruins and Amari Taylor for 16 yards. On senior night here, the seniors definitely having themselves a nice evening. Make it 103 yards now for Taylor. You have Hertz 2 catches for 15 yards, but we do have a penalty to bring it all the way back now to the 18-yard line. As the chain gang will have to make sure they're properly set from that penalty. As now will be second down and 2. Ball spotted again at the 18-yard line. And we got another penalty here, as this will be on the near side. We'll see what this is on. We'll have a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Fargo South. So the Bruins will tack it on again for another 15 yards. As this one will go back now for 6 penalties here for 51 yards for Fargo South. So second down upcoming in 2. That was, well, first a first and goal at the 1. Penalty came out. Now you add another penalty to it. This with the unsportsmanlike conduct makes it second and long. Second and about 17 here for the Bruins. Shotgun. Here goes Sandus. Sandus trying to carry a Highliner with him before he's wrapped up, and there's the flag. And this one might have been finishing off the tackle here with Schwer, as he was just trying to figure out with Sandus. As Sandus moves his leg, Schwer's moving his. But as they get to the out-of-bounds line, you finally have to give up a little bit of real estate and room to allow someone to go out of bounds. Right now it's about a gain of 3, maybe 4 yards there with Sandus scoring the penalty, and on who? So Tyler Kozel talking with our white hat here and Jeremy Carney getting the explanation. And this penalty will be on the Valley City Highliners. So this will be a personal foul on Valley City. Mark it from the 31-yard line to the 16. And now they will give them the first down as well with it. So give 2 yards on the rush there for Sandus, as he's got 79, and then give the penalty for Valley City, as it'll be their second now for 30. So first down and 10 for the Fargo South Bruins, trying to get their 3-score advantage with a field goal or a touchdown on this drive. Brevin Wark rolling, firing in the end zone, overthrew the intended receiver there in George Hansgard, the 6-foot senior. Well, this has kind of lived up to the billing with both of our coaches saying they would expect a physical style of football games, 2 well-hitting teams, 2 teams who understand what's on the line with that QRF and where you can move up or move down. Here at the very last week of the regular season, North Dakota 9-man and Class A playoffs begin tomorrow across the state. And then a week from tonight will be the AA and AAA teams getting in action in the quarterfinals here in North Dakota. All roads, as they have been, lead to the Fargo Dome. Fargo South, shotgun formation, rolling right-hand side. Brevin Wark going into the flat. This will be off the intended wide receiver's hands of Taylor, and now make it a third down upcoming. With that, too, also stops the clock here, the last couple of passes. And now if you're Fargo South, where do you go? As the wind that we have here is kind of more of a crosswind, not so much an into-your-face wind, as we have some pollen, cotton, and everything else kind of flying throughout here on this Friday night. 3rd and 10 at the Highlanders' 16-yard line for Fargo South, with Brevin work again in that shotgun formation. Brevin looking for Mitchell on the deep post pattern, incomplete. Valley City got a hand on that one, and that was with Caleb McGoughlin here. And the Fargo South Bruins look like they're going to come out and try the long field goal here for the Bruins. This will be marked at about the 33-yard line for a 33-yard field goal, that is, from the near hash. This to make it a 3-possession game here for Fargo South. Keaton Duncan, longest on the season of 39 yards. Holder here for the Bruins is Kennedy. Snap, hold, kick. Right-footed end over end by Dockin is through the uprights. That is a weapon in high school football. Dockin now 8 of 8 here from field goals on the season. We got a new score. Fargo South up by 17.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
Dockin again now a perfect 8 for 8 on the season. 3 for 3 for point after attempts. Adds a field goal as well. And Keaton Dockin, a junior kicker. There's a couple of good ones in the Fargo Metro, and Dockin is adding to that here. Fargo South started in positive territory at the Valley City 42-yard line. A drive that only took a minute and 19 seconds off the clock as Dockin puts this one on the T-end over end kick that goes all the way back to the 1-yard line. Valley City will take this thing out to about the 20. Highlanders with a little stiff arm to about the 30 here for Shape. So Shape with a 31-yard kickoff return, and will give Valley City good starting field position on their 8th possession of the contest. Valley City and Fargo South both have all 3 timeouts remaining. After one half of play, it was Fargo South leading at 14-7. Finals again, Wahpeton defeats Turtle Mountain 38-0. Red River 14-7 again, with scores coming on across the region here tonight. As you will have a 1st and 10 here for Valley City. Handoff, this one will go to the outside. Amon making his way to about the 36-yard line before the Bruins come in on the tackle. To about the, make it a 4.5-yard gain there for Valley City. As Amon now has 9 carries on the evening for 48 yards. Highlanders will go twins both left and right. Heck. Again under center. McGoughlin will motion left to right with Amon in the backfield. Play action. Heck steps up, fires down the field. Highlanders got it at the 30. Valley City to the 20. The largest play from scrimmage for Valley City. Can they get in the end zone? He's in. It's a touchdown. This one goes 64 yards for a house call for the Highlanders. Valley City able to go to the outside one-on-one, and Jonah Harstead, the senior, comes in with the 64-yard touchdown reception. So Harstead, again with the touchdown of 64 yards, and just like that, there's the shot in the arm the Highlanders needed. 113 yards passing now for Heck. That's his 2nd touchdown passing as well. Heck with the point after attempt is up, and it's true. And the Highlanders, they're back within business, back within 10 here as they cut that 17-point deficit down in just 2 plays. New score, Bruins up by 10.
For 20 years, 702 Communications has been connecting people and businesses to the world through internet, telephone, and TV. And as your needs have changed, so has 702. Our dedication to our community and customers runs deep. So when you call, we listen. And you can trust that we'll never stop working to bring the latest technology to our friends and neighbors. Thank you for 20 years in business. The best is yet to come.
Jonah Harstead again for the Valley City Highlanders with his first catch of the evening, and it come right on cue as Valley City needed a little punch in the arm. They get it there, heck, to Harstead for a 64-yard touchdown reception. Valley City 2 plays, 57 yards for the score on their 8th possession of the contest. Here's the right-footed end-over-end kick that's going to roll its way to the 14-yard line. Mitchell picks it back up to the near sideline 20. Mitchell then goes out of bounds at about the 30. And we'll see where they spot him there. I'll mark him out at the 26-yard line. Fargo South will have their 9th possession of the game, as this will start at the 3:09 mark. Fargo South in the second half, a 3-and-out punt, a touchdown that was in there with Sandus for a 19-yard score, a field goal by Donkin from 33 yards so far for the possessions for Fargo South. Valley City, a punt as well and a 3-and-out, interception, and then a touchdown. So Fargo South will see it in a shotgun formation here. Brevin handoff. Semenko gets the numbers at the 30-yard line, stiff-arming a man to about the 33-yard line. As Shape comes in on the tackle for Valley City, as this will be spotted at the 34-yard line. So a gain of 8. 13 carries for 80 yards here for Semenko so far. Fargo South been balanced between Sandus and Semenko. Semenko 13 carries, 80 yards. Sandus 7 carries for 79 yards and 2 touchdowns. Second down and short here for Fargo South. Trips to the right, one to the near sideline. Valley City showing some pressure right now. 5 men at the line. Shotgun formation here for Brevin Wark. Handoff. Able to make his way there is Sandus, and then he's going to get enough for the first down as William Schwer comes in on the tackle, but this will be a gain of about 4 yards for the first. Wark so far through the air tonight has passed the ball 19 times. Currently 9 of 19 for 103 yards. You see Middleton 3 catches for 37 and Taylor 3 catches for 31 yards. Valley City looking for a stop, get the ball back offensively. Fargo South looking to add on to their 10-point advantage as they will hand it off on a long stretch play to the outside. Semenko then gets tackled at the 40-yard line for a gain of 3. Kind of has that feel a little bit of a hard-hitting playoff-style football game, even though it's the regular season finale. But this season in Class AA, you've looked at the scoreboard and you've kind of maybe scratched your head sometimes on a team playing really well, all of a sudden gets upended. And it's just been kind of balanced across the board. Fargo North is 9-0. The best team underneath them is Dickinson at 6-3, Red River at 6-3, and if South could win, they would be 6-3. This one will go to the outside here for Fargo South. Hertz is there, and Hertz gets back to the original line, and that is it. Good job by the Highlanders in open space. Corbin Powell was there. Derek Shape as well to come in on the tackle. Brings up 3rd down and 10. Hertz, that'll be his 3rd reception for 15 yards. But again, the pursuit by the Highlanders, particularly there with Shape and Powell. Corbin, the sophomore, at 5'7". Derek here, the sophomore, as well at 6 foot at 145 pounds. Again, there's been some injuries for both teams that allowed some underclassmen to get into the varsity starting rotation here as it's a 3rd down and a long 7. Fargo South motion man left to right. This will be to Gibson. Gibson cuts back into the 40-yard line, makes a man miss. Oh, look at him go into Highlander territory, 45-40. He's still on his feet all the way to the Highlander, about 35-yard line. His helmet comes off at the very end of the play. That'll be a 36-yard run on the way here for Fargo South, and Jerry Gibson with a little scat back kind of run, now his 2nd carry of the evening. getting a 36-yard run. 2 carries for 43 yards, and that's just not fair in high school football. On a 3rd down and 7, we can have that jet sweep with that kind of a speed to boot. Fargo South only needs to run one more play here before we get to the 4th quarter if they want. Shotgun formation for the junior with Warwick. Trips to the near side. Brevin looking outside, catching. Miller coming in on the tackle, but not before Fargo South gets a pitch and catch on the outside with Mason Klein. The first time we've seen Mason's name here this evening for a pitch and catch of about 5 yards. And it looks like that'll be the final play of the 3rd quarter. After 3 quarters of play, it's the Fargo South Bruins 24, the Valley City Highlanders 14. Be 2nd and 5 when we return from Fargo South.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota. If you want help from a firm that has integrity and respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the betterment of the community, look no farther than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys has dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsborough, Maddox, Page, and Castleton. Or visit our website, www.onsteadlaw.com.
4th quarter of action here on YourLiveEvent.com. Chase Miller, Joey Hughes with you from Fargo South. Bruins 24, Valley City 14. As Fargo South looking to answer that touchdown drive from Valley City. The last 4 possessions combined, touchdown, interception, field goal, touchdown. After the first half was punts and a TD. And there's just, in that first half, 3 touchdowns combined, and so far in the 3rd quarter, a little bit more offense for both teams coming to life. Bruins looking for a stop-and-go route. Mitchell got him for the touchdown. What a throw on the way here from Fargo South with Brevin Warwick for 29 yards. A hitch-and-go to Dwayne Mitchell, and they got it for 29 yards and the touchdown. 3 receptions here for Mitchell now with 68 yards and a TD. That's the first passing touchdown of the night here for Fargo South, as that'll go for 137 yards passing now for Brevin Warwick. Mitchell with his 4th receiving touchdown of the season. Clean spot. The kick is up, and the kick is through the uprights here for Keaton Dockin. And the Fargo South Bruins regain and match their largest lead of the game at 17 here. They take 1 play in the 4th quarter for the score here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
Back here on YourLiveEvent.com, the Valley City Highlanders had a touchdown on a big play on the way again to Harstead in the 3rd quarter. And in the same end zone, all of a sudden the Highlanders gave up the touchdown on a great route there by Mitchell. Mitchell with just a little hitch and go as they were looking for about that 5 yards. And when he saw that corner come in, boom, put on the afterburners. A perfect throw by Brevin Warwick, and the Bruins are back up by 17. Here's the end over head kick for the Valley City Highlanders. They will get to the 20-yard line and eventually make their way to about the 30 for the Highlanders on the return. It was going to be Ethan Miller, and now Valley City will handle it for their 10th, make that 9th possession of the contest. Started at their own 31-yard line. Last drive to get in the end zone. This time will be right at the 30. 11:47 left to play here in the 4th quarter. Valley City, 4 wins, 4 losses on the season. 2 state titles in program history coming back in 1936 and 1924 with wins over Minot. 1 Dakota Bowl appearance. Derek Elliott was a senior. In 2008, Valley City lost to Watford City 40-20 at the Alair Center. Heck, rolling, and he's going to get decked. A little play action coming down the outside here for Fargo South. As the Bruins come from the outside, and bringing it was Trayton Hoffert for the sack. I'll go all the way back to the 26-yard line. Well, Fargo South right now, you can kind of the old adage of pin your ears back when you know you're up by 3 scores. Trying to find a way as a defensive lineman to cause some havoc in the backfield, and Hoffert was able to do that immediately here on this first play on this drive for Fargo South's defense. Under center again will go Miller in the backfield. Handoff, this will go to Miller. Miller gets a couple of those yards back before he's met up and tackled. Bruins coming in on the tackle here with Brody Anderson, as that'll be about 4 yards on the play. Miller now 7 carries for -4 yards. Valley City 3rd down and 11. They will need their own 41-yard line for the first, as the nose of the football is about right at their own 30. Under center here for the Highlanders. 2 wide receivers spread on either side. Play action. Heck steps up, fires down the field looking for Harstead. That'll be incomplete. Fargo South with the safety with Jaden Middleton coming across. A.J. Moore in on the coverage. Makes it 4th down here for Valley City. Trying to hit Harstead on that 64-yard touchdown connection as they did late in the 3rd quarter. And now the Highlanders, well, they might have to punt this football away, but we'll see if they elect to go for it. Again, down by 3 possessions with just over 10 minutes to play. We've seen Heck line up in this position, kind of roll out and boot this football away. He will do the same thing here. Right-footed kick. Fargo South will handle it. Mitchell gets his way to about the 45-yard line. It's about a solid 7-8 yards on the return, and the Bruins will have it 1st and 10 near midfield. 10th possession here for Fargo South, and now it's all about adding another score and taking a little bit more time off the clock. If you're a Bruin fan for Valley City, turnover, 3 and out, something quick to get the ball back offensively here for the Highlanders. On senior night for Fargo South, they have not trailed. They took the opening score in the 1st quarter with a Sadness 37-yard touchdown. Valley City tied it at 7, but since then it's been all Bruins leading on that scoreboard tonight. Sadness is making his way past the 50 to about the 48-yard line for a gain of 7. 9 carries for 90 yards. You add that to Semenko with 14 for 84. That's been the 1-2 combination for Fargo South football all season here on the final game of the regular season. Scores again in Double-A tonight. Red River over Dickinson, 14-7. And Wahpeton over Turtle Mountain in Belcourt, 38-0 for the finals here in Double-A football earlier tonight. 2nd down upcoming here for the Bruins. 2nd and 3. Handoff. Schwer in on the tackle, but not before Fargo South gets the 1st down for 3 yards. Sanis was able to get there again. 10 carries now for 93 yards here, and the Bruins started this drive just over a minute ago, and they'll be fine with those 3 5-yard rushes. Continue to milk this clock away and try to see if they could maybe be the number 2 team in the state. Fargo North, we know they're going to be number 1. There's no cutting it either way in Double-A. Same thing with Fargo Shanley in Triple-A, going undefeated. We know the Deacons will be number 1 there. Bismarck, High, Minot, Cheyenne, all going to be right in that 2-3-4 mix. Work to the outside. Fargo South just in front of the 40-yard line. In on the tackle here for Valley City is Corbin Powell, and on reception is Aiden Hertz, as Hertz makes his way from the 45 to about the 43-yard line. 4 receptions for 17 yards. Now for Brevin Wark, he'll see a second down upcoming here, as the ball will be at the 42-yard line. Trip still left, one to the right-hand side. Fargo South here with Dwayne Mitchell. Lines up on the near sideline for the Bruins. Wark flips it out. This will go to Semenko to the outside. Valley City providing some pursuit. Semenko will go out of bounds. It'll stop the clock past the 42 to 39 for a gain of 3. Valley City providing some pressure there with Corbin Powell for a gain of 3 yards here for the Bruins. 24th pass attempt so far here tonight for Brevin Wark. Wark now through the air is 14 of 24 for 142 yards here for Fargo South. Third down upcoming for the Bruins. Make sure you stay tuned once we get to our post-game show, brought to you in part by Tommy's Express Car Wash. We'll hear from a winning particular member of the winning team, coach, and we'll also take a look at the final stat line in this one and more. That's all coming up on our Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show. Fargo South gets the first down again as they're able to continue to run this football. As the Bruins right now are doing a really nice job of just keeping that pile moving at certain particular times with Semenko there. Able to get to the 32-yard line for a gain of 6. 15 carries now for 90 yards. And just continue to look here in Fargo South. They've had to deal with some injuries. Cole Kagba early on in the season. Reese Kessel is out right now, their big tight end as well. He's out with an injury. Trying to get some guys back, though, is what Tyler Kozel said as they in the last couple of weeks and looking to maybe get 1 or 2 players back here once the postseason begins. As the Bruins make their way to the 25-yard line for a gain of 7. As Fargo South right now just continuing to add on to this with Sandness with a 7-yard rushing touchdown. A win for Fargo South after that Dickinson loss to Red River opens the door for the Bruins to maybe jump all the way to a 2. But again, Red River and South didn't play each other this season. So could Red River maybe find themselves as a 3 or maybe a 2 seed here in the QRF formula? Bruins with the football, handoff, Sandness. Sandness is going to get met at the line, and that's going to be a good pursuit here by Valley City. Sandness, 12 carries, keeps it at 100 yards. For Fargo South here, the 2 teams that they're kind of vying for that home field position with, they did not play. They did not play Red River, and they, again, did not play Dickinson here this season for the Bruins. With this kind of imbalanced schedule with a couple of 3A teams as they played Shanley and Fargo Davies. As White Hat, again, and Jeremy Carney gets the clock rolling again. Third down and short upcoming here for Fargo South with under 6 minutes to play in the final quarter. Handoff, Sandness. Sandness bouncing his way, trying to get to the outside. Spins close to the first down of where he needed to get to about the 20. It looks like they will give him the first down and some, as they will mark it at the 21-yard line for a gain of 4. 13 carries for 104 yards here for Sandness. Officials again tonight: Jeremy Carney, the referee umpire of Adam Jones, head linesman Ryan Gellner, line judge of Travis Martin, and Lucas Sandman is our back judge here this evening. Fargo South will handle it with Brevin Wark. Brevin keeps it. There is a flag. Semenko pitches it to the gets it to the outside. Semenko trying to get in the end zone. They're going to mark him down at the 1-yard line on a gain of 19, but where the flag comes typically is in the land of holding or a chop block, and they're going to say it's a chop block back at the 21-yard line. Fargo South, that'll be their 7th penalty of the evening. And they've already had now 66 yards of penalties here for the Bruins. So first in a country mile upcoming for Fargo South. As the Bruins right now 5 minutes and 13 seconds away from improving to 6-3 here on the season, with 2 of their 3 losses to the number 1 ranked teams in the Class A media poll and the QRF rankings in Fargo North in AA and Fargo, Shanley in AAA, the only 2 teams in the highest 2 classes that are unbeaten. First down here for Fargo South as they will have trips to the near sideline, one to left. Shotgun again here for Brevin Wark. Highliners. They'll bring 4. Wark throwing across, looking for Mitchell. That one's going to be incomplete. We're looking at some tape throughout the season. That's a play that is going to be Fargo South's opportunity. They'll run that 5 to 10 times throughout the game. Then all of a sudden, here comes a quick screen on the outside. We saw the hitch and go. We've seen Fargo South run a different variety of routes here. And with Brevin, he's got a lot of talent on the outside and a lot of speed. And you can have some guys who can juke, make a man miss, yards after the catch. You got a Hoffert who stands at 6'4", a Reese Kessel this season who's at 6'5". You got weapons here for the Bruins. Getting pressured there was Wark. Gets the ball off to the outside to Hurts. Past the 30 to about the 26-yard line for 9 yards on the reception here for Aiden. Aiden sent himself a really nice performance. 5 catches for 26 yards. He has a 14-yard rushing touchdown. And now for Wark, over 150 yards passing here on the evening. Third down upcoming for the Bruins as they're going to be at the Highliner 27-yard line. 2 wide receivers will go either side of the football field here for Fargo South. In the gun is Brevin. Swings it out. That'll go to Semenko. Semenko to the numbers at the 30, and then there's a flag on the way. Not 1, but 2 back at the 29 to about the 27-yard line. Semenko runs out of bounds. This is on Fargo South. More than likely from Valley City, you'll decline it, bring up a 4th down at about the 27, 26-yard line. And it will be declined, and that will be a 4th down here for the Bruins. We'll see where they mark the ball out again at the 25, so it'll be 3 yards. As Semenko has his 2nd reception now for 6 yards on the night. Contest that got underway 2 hours ago here from Fargo South at 7:05. The Bruins just under 5 minutes away from putting this game into their rearview mirror and looking ahead to the postseason. While for Valley City, you'll have to wait and see officially where the Highliners will be moving forward. This one is going to be incomplete to Hurts across the middle. Would have been well short regardless of a 1st down, and it's a turnover on downs. Valley City will have their 10th possession now as they will start it off at the 24-yard line. For Valley City, when you take a look at their playoff picture, again, Wahpeton is 3-6, Devils Lake is 3-6. Valley City will end up being 4-5 with Grand Forks Central in front of them at 5-4 on the season. Under center goes Heck, handoff to the outside here for the Highliners. Valley City pushing the pile another couple of yards closer here for the Highliners. And that's Amon past the 25 to about the 30-yard line for a gain of 6 here for Valley City. 10 carries on the evening here for Amon now for 54 yards. And coming in, Valley City with the number 8 QRF ranking with a 51.7 mark. Devils Lake was 5 points behind them, and Wahpeton was about 11 points behind them. Wahpeton picked up a win over the Braves of Turner Mountain. Devils Lake picked up a 2-point loss over Grand Forks Central yesterday. Heck steps up and then he's going to get sacked. The Bruins come in on the sack here of Heck, and Fargo South's line play has been able to get there a couple of times here this evening. As Stolman able to come in there for the Bruins, and now it brings up a 3rd down and long. Now for Valley City, 3rd down and long for the Highliners. If Valley City gets in and is that number 8 seed, they'll be making the trek back to Fargo for a game with the Spartans, who they matched up with in the quarterfinals last year. Heck has some time, throws it, looking for Harstead. That'll be incomplete at the 45. But what does the win for Wahpeton do with Turtle Mountain? Again, they're a game behind the Highliners, but Wahpeton did beat Valley City earlier this season. Well, Devils Lake again lost to Valley City, but they just lost by 2 points to Central here last night. So QRF rankings, Fargo North for surely won. Fargo South with this win and Dickinson losing. You got to feel like the Bruins have an inside track of being the 2 unless Red Rivers win over Dickinson was so valuable in those rankings that it hops and leapfrogs not Dickinson but also South to get to 2. But right now North would be 1, South Red River you got to think would be fine for that 2 spot. Dickinson, they will drop down. They're a game ahead of Jamestown. The Blue Jays at 5-4, Horace at 5-4. So we'll see where these teams go. And Horace again picked up a win over Jamestown just a week and a half ago. So for the Jamestown Blue Jays, we'll see a penalty here on a 4th down. We'll see where the end of the day where everyone is going to be ranked at for these teams, and then where the postseason will go a week from tonight. But right now, pretty safe to say North, Dickinson, South, Red River, they're all going to host. Just a matter of who's after Fargo North at that 2, 3, and 4 line. Jamestown, Horace, Central, you got to feel they're pretty confident at 5, 6, 7. Then Valley City with the results of this week as Heck puts this one up in the air. Mitchell calls for a fair catch, drops the football, picks it back up then at the 35 and takes a knee. But for Valley City again, being a game up over Devils Lake, a game up over Wahpeton, you would feel like that Wahpeton win over Turtle Mountain, it carries some weight, but not enough if Valley City, for example, were to beat the Fargo South Bruins here this evening. But at the end of the day, the Highliners, you got to feel being pretty good, but again, you're putting everything in jeopardy of a formula at the end of the day on how you rank 1 through 8 here in Class AA. Fargo South with 3:11 left to go here in the contest. This will be their 11th possession. As they will come out with a handoff here. Sandness spins his way to the 40-yard line. Schwer is in on the tackle. That'll be a gain of 4 here for Sandness. Sandness right now 14 carries for 108 yards on the evening. Bruins about one more first down away from putting this game to bed officially and find themselves with a 6-win and 3-loss season here for Fargo South. Their losses all to Fargo Metro teams, North, Davies, and alongside Fargo Shanley. Motion man going left to right here for the Bruins is Jerry Gibson. They'll give a handoff up the middle here for Fargo South to about the 44-yard line as the Bruins get a gain of 4. Fargo South and on the play there for Sadness makes it 3rd down and 2. And they're just one more play away from getting the first down. They'll just need to take knees after that once you get under 2 minutes with a play clock. Again, changing back to 40 seconds here in high school football in between plays. Valley City, 7 points in the second quarter, 7 points in the third. Fargo South, 7 in the first, 7 in the second, 10 in the third quarter here for the Bruins. And then they're going to finish with the first play in the fourth quarter with a touchdown as well, as we have a flag as Sanders makes his way into Valley City territory at the 40-yard line. But we'll see on the far side the penalty, which was right at the line of scrimmage, and it looks like it'll be on the Highliners. Illegal shift on Fargo South, So the Bruins will have their 8th penalty of 71 yards, as you saw Travis Ingen immediately say, take them back. So negate the 30-yard run there for Dorian. And that'll be 3rd down upcoming here for the Fargo South Bruins. But the clock will continue to wind here for Fargo South. As on senior night, the seniors are guaranteed at least one more game here on this turf at Fargo South. If they end up being the 2 seed, Fargo North is the 1 seed. That'd be interesting if those two teams can meet up again, as the Bruins lost by 1 to Fargo North on homecoming night at North earlier this season. The Bruins trying to get that first down. There was A.J. Moore, and they're going to give it to the 46-yard line. And it looks like they're giving them the first down. 7 yards on the rush there for Moore. And for Fargo South, all that they will have to do is take 1 or 2 knees, and this game will be officially retired. But again, North and South 28-27 earlier this year. That came right down to the wire. And if those two teams were to meet again, the Fargo Dome would be a rockin' for a civil war between the Spartans and the Bruins. But there would be a couple of things that need to happen before you get to that Veterans Day on November the 10th as Sandus makes his way to the 46-yard line for a gain of 8. 16 carries now for 120 yards here this evening. Second down upcoming. The Bruins make a substitution here as Fargo South will be coming on. And Zion Root, a senior at 6'4", also coming on here for Fargo South. Henry Gray, a sophomore at 5'11", as the Bruins are making a couple substitutions here. Play clock down to 13 seconds on what could be the final play from scrimmage. Brevin in that shotgun. Handoff, as this one will go for Fargo South to Gray. And that is going to bring up a third down, and that looks to be our final play of the contest as well. The Fargo South Bruins will win this one in advance and be for surely hosting a playoff game a week from tonight for Valley City. It will be wait and see to officially find out where they will be with the QRF rankings as Valley City drops to 4-5 on the season. Fargo South improves to 6-3. So the Bruins with the win, 31-14, behind a couple of Dorian Sandus rushing touchdowns of 37 yards on the opening score of the game and a 19-yard touchdown as well. Fargo South picks up the win over Valley City. Stay tuned to our Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show. We'll get a live interview on the field with a winning member or two from the Fargo South Bruins. Get to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game and RDK Enterprises feature precision play of the contest. In a football game that goes 2 hours and 9 minutes here tonight from Fargo South. We're back after this with our Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show on your live event.
I'm Mandy Latour. I'm confident in the game, and when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
I'm Darian Bitts. I'm confident on and off the field. And when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com.
As we come back here on our Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show, love your ride at Tommy's Express Car Wash. Sign up for a clean routine at Tommy's, and you can sign up for the Tommy's Club through the app. And today, new members get their first 30 days free, which is going to be awfully nice once we get to the winter season. Tommy's Express Car Wash with 2 locations in Fargo and 2 in Moorhead. They have the tools and the expertise to keep your car clean inside and out. Chase Miller, Joey Hughes, and we'll hear from a winning Fargo South player or two here in a moment, as well as the Bruins again pick up the victory. 7 points in the first quarter, 7 points in the second. They would have 10 points in the third and 7 in the fourth for Valley City. Scoreless in the first quarter, 7 in the second, 7 in the third, and they would have 0 in the fourth quarter as well. It's now time to get to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Enbridge, life takes energy. And you got to give credit when you got a guy running for 90 yards in Semenko and Sandus runs for a $120 to the offensive line here for the Fargo South Bruins. Anderson, Arctic, Moody, Graywind, Weber, they are our Enbridge Energy players of the game. Again, when you can have two guys nearly running for 100 yards, Gibson adds 43, a couple more with some other players here. That is a 1-2 combination with the Hog Mollies up front here with Anderson, Arctic, alongside with Moody, Graywind, and Weber. Again, they are our Enbridge Energy players of the game. And it looks like now we have one of the running backs here for the Fargo South Bruins, kind of the SNS brother combination here in the backfield this season for Fargo South, as join us on the post-game show here for the Bruins. That is Dorian Sandus here on senior night. Dorian, first and foremost, congratulations on the win, man. As the lights kind of come under here, what is a win on senior night here to know that you guys are going to be going to the playoffs and have at least one more game on this football field? What does it mean to you here?
It means a lot. We put a lot of work in this whole season, and I'm just super proud of what these guys have done every single day at practice. We came together as a group, and I'm just excited for what's to come here. So
you heard me talking a little bit about your offensive line. What's it like when these guys can open holes against a physical football team like Valley City, and you're able to, hot step into the end zone once or twice throughout the season in games like this?
Yeah, it just shows how much our linemen put in, from summer camp, fall camp, and during the season. Their work does not go unnoticed, so I appreciate them a lot, and they work very hard daily, so I will never forget what they always do for me.
Take us through your first rushing touchdown of the game, the one that kind of opened up a little bit there offensively, a 37-yard rush down the sideline into the south end zone. What did you see from that play here, Dorian?
I ran to the outside, then I just saw a whole bunch of green to the outside, then I had two blockers, so I just bounced it, and I just used my speed to get to the end zone. So,
what is a trait and a characteristic that best describes this 2023 Fargo South Bruins football team, Dorian?
I'd say we're very, there's a lot of words I could go to it, but I'd say very determined. We go into practice every single day, and we just work our butts off. So, yeah, we're just very determined, and I'm just so thankful that we got the job done today.
Final thing for you, how hungry is this football team to get back to the playoffs and have a chance to, at least have one more game, but try to maybe get two, maybe get to that dome for three? You still got a lot of work in front of you. Find out who you're going to be playing in the quarters, Dorian, but how hungry is this football team turning the page now to the postseason?
Yeah, we're very hungry, and we're just super excited to be playing in the playoffs next week. So when we come back next week, we'll figure out who we play and just focus on that opponent. On that opponent. So,
Dorian, thanks much for your time. Enjoy this win on senior night, and best of luck as you enter the postseason next week.
Thank you. Take care.
Dorian Sandus with us here on our post-game show. We'll take a quick break after this here on your live event and continue from Fargo South.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends, and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
Every farmer has a good story about picking rocks. Want to hear ours? To this day, we pick rocks on our founder's farm, and they go into every Bell Bank branch we build. How's that for rock-solid commitment?
Every bank wants you to open an account. Then along come sneaky fees. Sneaky, sneaky. If you hate sneaky fees, switch to Bell Bank. We give sneaky fees the boot. Bell Bank.
As we come back here on our post-game show from Fargo South, the Bruins again pick up the 31-14 victory and improve to 6-3 on the season. Ryan Soroka with us here, one of the assistant coaches for the Bruins, with Tyler Colesville getting you the mic here, Ryan. So congratulations first and foremost on the win. What does it mean? I started off with a conversation with Dorian to say, what does it mean to get another home game at least with this version of the Fargo South Bruins here, Ryan?
Well, it's huge. We heard that Dickinson lost today. I don't know if with us winning, and them had they won, if we were going to end up going out there. But we took care of what we had to take care of, and that's us getting a home game next week, which we're going to worry about first and foremost. But we definitely won't be having to take a 5-hour trip out west.
That's always nice as well. And now it's just a matter of, are you 2, 3, or 4 until that QRF formula works itself out here. But at the end of the day, Ryan, what did you see from the offense and defensive line to kind of get after Heck there a little bit in the second half? But first and foremost, opening up some lanes for Semenko, Sadness, and company, who both respectively finished with, 120 yards and 90 yards, as you have a couple of the Bruin teammates behind you kind of dancing and showing off their dancing moves here, Ryan.
Yeah, our offensive line has been nothing but grit all year. They get dirty, get in the mud work, and let them push the pile. Let these guys go to work because they're both great running backs. They got to work. The O-line has done this game after game after game and just let these guys run mad.
There was someone that came on senior night here. Aiden Hurts just had a really nice night, right, on that reverse for 14 yards, got a handful of receptions. What did you see from Aiden's play here tonight?
Aiden he's really come a long way from the beginning of the year to now. It was a great call, too. Coordinator that set that up. It was a perfect call to Hurts, take it outside. He's been catching a lot of balls over the last couple of games. So, I expect to see him a lot more come playoff time.
Final thing for you, Ryan, before we let you go. What is the best thing that best describes this 2023 Fargo South Bruins here? As now you're entering the playoffs and have a home game at least one more time a week from tonight.
Speed. Speed kills, and we got a lot of speed. We just got to put it all together, and we should be able to run around teams and let our O-line go to work and get some guys healthy here and just come together as a team. We're going to come together. We are coming together as a team at the right time, which is right now.
Yeah, 3 straight wins as he head to the postseason. Ryan, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck moving forward here throughout the rest of the month of October and as well as you get to November here coming up as well.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, guys.
Again, assistant coach here for the Fargo South Bruins. Joining us there is Ryan Soroka with us here for Fargo South. We'll take a quick break and continue on our postgame show after this.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Keep your job site stocked with reliable service from Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Our team specializes in everything concrete. That means hand tools and equipment, rebar of all shapes and sizes, concrete forming packages and ICFs, decorative concrete materials like color, stain, sealers, and coatings. And let's not forget our impressive fleet of winter construction equipment to keep the concrete flowing all year round. If you've got concrete questions, we've got concrete answers at Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Visit us today at any of our 6 locations.
RDK Enterprises is searching for candidates to fill multiple positions. These customer-facing positions require a high level of organization, workflow management skills, the ability to work with and lead others, problem-solving skills, and the drive to deliver an outstanding customer experience. Available positions include shop foreman and service technician, compensation package based on experience. If interested in joining our team, upload your resume at planterdoc.com.
As we're back here on our post-game show, let's get to our RDK Enterprises feature precision player of the game as we get ready to bring you the final stat line in this one as well. RDK Enterprises with locations in Hillsborough and Drayton, go to planterdoc.com. That again is planterdoc.com. RDK Enterprises here to help you, whether it's planting updates, information, questions, or if you just have anything throughout the season, contact RDK Enterprises. We gave our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game to the offensive line for the Fargo South Bruins, and rightfully so. But our RDK Enterprises feature precision play of the contest then goes for the 1-2 combination of Sadness and Semenko on the ground. The pair of them would finish here on the night with 210 yards of rushing offense and also 2 touchdowns, and then a really nice hitch and go from Warwick to Mitchell that kind of put the game away a little bit there as well to start the fourth quarter play. That was a 29-yard receiving touchdown. That is our RDK Enterprises feature precision players and play of the contest. Fargo South with 400 and make it 26 yards of total offense, 272 yards on the ground, and a $154 through the air. 8 penalties for 71 yards here on the evening for the Fargo South Bruins. Well, for the Valley City Highlanders, they would finish with just 163 yards of offense, 64 yards coming on one play from scrimmage with Horsted for that touchdown. They got some things going in the first half on the ground, but then couldn't muster enough in the second half to keep the pile turning here for the Valley City Highlanders as they finished with 113 yards through the air, 50 yards on the ground, couple of penalties for 30 yards here in this one for Valley City. So what we know is this: Fargo South now 6-3, Valley City now 4-5. Warwick 4 carries for -3 yards, Sadness 16 for 122 scores, Semenko 15 for 90. You had Gibson 2 for 43. Hertz with a reversal for 14 yards and a score. Moore 1 running for 7 yards, and a Gray for 1 yard for 1 rush as well. Well, for Brevin Warwick here this evening would finish 16 of 28 for 154 yards, 68 going to Mitchell for a score. Middleton had 37 on 3 receptions. Taylor 3 receptions for 31 yards. Hertz had 5 for 26. Semenko 2 for 6. And then you had Klein 1 for 5. For the Valley City Highlanders, Amin leading the way, 10 carries for 59 yards. Miller 7 for -7. McLaughlin 2 for 10, and Heck 3 for -15. Heck did go through the air in this contest as he was able to finish 8 of 13 for 113 yards and a touchdown. Peterson 0 for 1 with the INT. Harsted 1 reception for 64 yards. Deedley 4 for 38 yards. Reception 4 for 38 yards. Amin 2 for 4, and Derek Shape had a reception for a 7-yard score as well. Highlanders, well, they're looking to at least be the 8th seed and get in after the results that happened again today and yesterday. For Fargo South, they might be the 2 seed if everything goes their way with that QRF formula after Dickinson lost to Red River here earlier tonight from Cushman Field. Make sure you join us tomorrow for 3 football games on yourliveevent.com. Kindred Harvey Wells County in the Class A playoffs at 1:30. Central Cass at 2 hosting the Cavalier Tornadoes. And then in our audio-only broadcast from Gwinner, Sargent County hosting Nelson County. That'll be at 2:30. On behalf of Joey Hughes, I'm Chase Miller. That does it again for our Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show. Tommy's Express Car Wash. Keep your car clean inside and out at Tommy's Express Car Wash. Love your ride, and also, again, go through that App Store location as well and get your first 30 days free when you sign up and become a new member today. The Fargo South Bruins with a 31-14 victory here tonight from Fargo South. Until tomorrow with more high school football in North Dakota and some more football and volleyball coming up next week in Minnesota and North Dakota. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night, and again, go to yourliveevent.com for more game coverage throughout the week.